managed to escape from this area. But this time the security forces got absolute clear tip-off. The operation was launched, roughly a 20 minutes long operation, and Adil has been neutralized. But this operation has not concluded. Reason being that his associate, one of the dreaded commanders of Jaish, who is the top one, Saifullah, he's still at large. What used to happen that whenever Saifullah gets trapped, these terrorists, those who are associates of Saifullah, they used to give him cover by engaging themselves with the security forces. But this time they got engaged but were neutralized within a minute's time in an operation that has been carried out by the Special Operations Group of the Kishtwar Police along with the 17 Rashtriya Rifles of the Indian Army. As we speak, the searches are underway in the area. We are told that the body has been retrieved by the security forces along with very likely a Russian assault rifle that he was carrying along with them. Now the target of the security forces continues to be Saifullah, who is the topmost commander of Jaish, and also internet services have been snapped in the 4 areas of Singhpura, Chatroo, Chingam and Singdi. This has been done in view of the ongoing anti-terror operations because security forces do not want terrorists to have access to the internet so that they can speak to their commanders on the other side of the border. And that's why, as a preventive measure, internet services have completely been snapped by the security forces in the Kistwar Chatroo area.
That's right. And Goswami, before I let you go, we showed pictures and some of them are playing on our screens about how these terrorists were hiding and how our security forces found them. If you could help our viewers understand how our security forces found these terrorists who were hiding. However, our security forces were so sharp that they found them and some of them have been eliminated. Goswami.
Yes, yesterday was a big day because ahead of the visit of Home Minister Amit Shah to Jammu and Kashmir, the security forces got 2 successful operations. First one was in the Udhampur, wherein they managed to get down 2 Jaish terrorists, that is Zubair and Mavi. They have been neutralized. And Zubair and Mavi, they were hiding inside a cave. That video of cave is also with the Republic media network, and that clearly shows that they were trying to take the cover of these natural caves as hideouts. But the security forces, when they got the tip-off, what they did, they encircled the entire area. Concertina wires were also placed on the entrance and the exit points of this very cave so that the terrorists do not escape from this very area. And then an operation took place, roughly a 20 hours long operation, in which security forces neutralized both the terrorists, that is Mavi and Zubair. Both have been neutralized by the security forces.
That's right.
In the operation, US-made M4 rifle.
We're getting some breaking news coming in. That's not all, viewers. Getting some breaking news coming in. Amid the ongoing operation, mobile data services have been suspended in 4 areas of Kistwar amid anti-terror operations. Internet has been suspended in Singhpura, Chingam, Singdi and Chatroo. Home Department has ordered temporary suspension of mobile data service of 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G in 4 areas of Kistwar district to prevent its misuse by the anti-national elements. So let's go back to Goswami for a quick update on that. Goswami, mobile data services have been suspended in Kistwar.
Yes, mobile data internet services have been suspended in the Kistwar district after the encounter broke out. 4 areas, Singdi, Chingam, Chatroo and Singhpura. These are the 4 areas where the operations are currently underway, and the security forces have decided that all internet services starting from the 2G, 3G, 4G and the 5G internet services all have been blocked with the immediate effect. This comes as an order has already been issued by the Home Department of Jammu and Kashmir. This has been purely done in view of the law and order situation that the terrorists do not get access to the internet, because what the terrorists do, that they get access to the internet, they activate their ground cadres, they speak to their handlers, and then they sneak out of the operation site. So that security forces want to block, and that's why internet has been snapped.
All right, thank you, Goswami, for getting us all those updates coming in. I'll be coming back to you as the story develops further. Let's move ahead, viewers, because in Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur district, Indian security forces have eliminated 2 Jaish-e-Mohammed's most hardened commanders that our colleague Goswami was talking about after a high-risk 20-hour counter-terror operation. Code name Operation Kia. The joint mission was launched on precise intelligence and culminated in a fierce gun battle inside a cave hideout in the dense forests of Basantgarh. The 2 terrorists, identified as Mavi and Zubair, both Pakistani nationals and long-time Jaish operatives, were neutralized after days of tracking. Let's take a look at this report.
In the dense forests of Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur district, a silent hunt unfolded that would end the reign of 2 of Jaish-e-Mohammed's most dangerous commanders. For nearly a week, Indian security forces tracked their shadows, the targets Jaish commanders Mavi and Zubair. Both Pakistani nationals both trained in guerrilla warfare and among the longest surviving Jaish operatives in Jammu and Kashmir. On February 3rd at 8:30 am, based on precise intelligence developed by the Jammu and Kashmir Police and other agencies, a joint counter-terror operation, KIA, was launched. The operation was led by the Indian Army's Counterintelligence Force Delta under the White Knight Corps, with troops from the Basantgarh Brigade, J&K Police SOG, CRPF and Special Forces.
Forces have neutralized two dreaded commanders of Jaish-e-Mohammed in an encounter that took place in the upper reaches of the Udhampur. The terrorists were none other than the top commanders of Jaish-e-Mohammed, Mavi and Zubair. These terrorists were pinned down. The cave that they were hiding was identified by the security forces, after which there was a massive targeting on this base, and this was also busted using several UBGL and the rocket launchers by the security forces. The operation has been named as the Operation KIA by Indian Army. Jammu and Kashmir Police and the CRPF also played a vital role in execution of this operation, which led to elimination of the two dreaded commanders of Jaish.
A cave hideout was identified. The area was first sealed and then the escape routes were cut off. The trap was set. At 4 p.m. contact was established. Heavy firing erupted from inside the cave. Smoke grenades and flamethrowers were used to force the terrorists out, but resistance was fierce. By 5 p.m. Commander Mavi was killed, but the operation was far from over. His body was dragged back inside the cave by Zubair, who continued firing through the night. At 9 p.m. Special Forces took complete charge. Controlled blasts were carried out inside the cave to break the final resistance. By 11:30 am today, the Army's K9 unit was sent inside the cave to confirm the kills. At noon, visual confirmation. Both the Jaish commanders were neutralized. The hunt was over. From the site, security forces recovered an AK-47, an M4 carbine, 5.56 mm steel core bullets used with US-made M4 rifle. Operation KIA marks a major blow to Jaish-e-Mohammed's leadership in Jammu and Kashmir. A 20-hour operation, a week-long chase ended in a victory of Indian Army.
Much for coming up, viewers. A back-to-back fatal game addiction incidents reported in Bhopal and Ghaziabad. Should India consider a social media ban for under 16?
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहां नो टेंशन वहां।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड। आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
Hi, Good morning
Hi, how
to
are
you.
you?
Good evening from India. We have announcement of a trade deal, and
Yes.
you've seen both sides. Trump says that India has promised not to buy Russian oil, but Indian Prime Minister's response makes no such commitment. But Trump says, I've reduced the tariffs to 18%. And then he says that besides everything else, Prime Minister Modi has also agreed to buy American, in addition to 300 billion in, 500 billion in some other purchases. Anyway, there's an existing agreement to buy 300 billion, so there's not much of a hard-coded commitment from the Indian side. So Trump is obviously using a lot of hyperbole, making some claims, but the good thing is there's an announcement of a deal. But there's more statements coming from Trump than from India, especially to Trump's statement that India has agreed to stop buying Russian oil. There's nothing official from the Indian side to that. How do you view these developments, Professor Sachs?
Well, basically, the United States is unstable and irresponsible, but backing down from the most outlandish actions of this government a few months ago. They made no sense. They antagonized India. They disrupted trade. And I think somebody finally explained to Trump that none of this was serving any American interests at all. And so Trump has backed down to an important extent. Everything about Trump and trade is erratic, not sensible, not accomplishing any U.S. goals, but better 18% tariffs than 50% tariffs or 500% tariffs. But I wouldn't take at face value any single statement by the U.S. government. I think everything is just complete improvisation, a lot of baloney, a lot of malarkey, but probably somebody has prevailed inside the White House to say, why antagonize India?
So, what did Trump or what did America gain in the last
Nothing.
4 months of putting
Nothing.
pressure on India?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Whatever is agreed today could have been agreed before. Nothing is gained. There's no pressure. India has no, U.S. has no leverage on India.
And viewers, much are coming up on the side. We put our focus on the stories where we see back-to-back fatal game addiction incidents reported in Kopal and Ghaziabad. Should India consider a social media ban for under 16?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
This morning, Rahul Gandhi, leader of the opposition, created a ruckus and furor in the parliament. In response to the president's address, he insisted upon raising what he said were some issues of vital import to our national security. So what was he saying? He was trying to cite an article from the Caravan magazine, which in turn was quoting excerpts from General Narwane, the former army chief's unpublished memoirs. It may be recalled that the government had stopped General Narwane from publishing the book. As such, the authenticity of the excerpts cited in the Caravan magazine itself are open to question. But then let's try and take a deeper look at what is this bravura all about. So I have had a detailed look at the article in the Caravan magazine. I have no access to General Narwane's book or manuscript, but we had a look at the Caravan article in detail. So what does this article say? This article talks of the 2020 Chinese intrusions, which had culminated in the Galwan incident, in which 19 Indian soldiers had lost their lives. No weapons had been used, but the Chinese had laid an ambush with pointed stones, with baseball bats wrapped up with barbed wire and nails and studded with lethal handheld weapons.
Hello viewers, a very good morning. We are live and we are breaking up. Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest. We're counting down to Prime Minister Modi's address at the Rajya Sabha later in the day. We'll get to all those details, but the headlines first. Let's get started. The top headlines we're tracking right now. Prime Minister Modi to address Rajya Sabha, motion of thanks. Unlikely to speak in Lok Sabha after opposition ruckus. Back-to-back fatal game addiction incidents reported in Bhopal and Ghaziabad. Should India consider social media ban for under 16? After SIT report approves adulteration in TTD Laddu, Jagan Mohan Reddy says charge-sheet is closed. After DGCA, now Air India blames pilot for fuel switch. Incident reported on Air India 131. 2 terrorists neutralized in Jammu and Kashmir, Udhampur by security forces in high-intense anti-terror combat. The Home Minister Amit Shah on a 3-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir to review border security grid. All right, we was getting some breaking news is coming in. Parth Pawar, the son of late Ajit Pawar, has been given a clean chit in the Pune case. The Pune land scam case. Parth Pawar, son of a late Deputy CM Ajit Pawar, has been given a clean chit in the Pune land scam case. Committee headed by Additional Chief Secretary reportedly found no evidence of Parth Pawar's involvement, as his name or signature does not appear in the transaction. The land, valued at 1,800 crore, was allegedly sold for 300 crore. Despite the controversy, investigations revealed no wrongdoing by Parth Pawar, and the police charge sheet only names Sheetal Tejwani, who allegedly facilitated the sale. Big updates coming in. This is the update on the Pune land scam case. Parth Pawar gets a clean chit in this case. I want to go across to my colleague Meenakshi, who's joining us live. Meenakshi, investigation finds no wrongdoing by Parth Pawar. If you could help our viewers understand, what has the investigation revealed?
It's a big development, as you have rightly mentioned, Shivangi. That report directly stating that which committee is headed by Additional Chief Secretary of the Revenue Department, Vikas Kharge, that the name of Parth Pawar, son of late Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar, does not appear anywhere in the alleged Pune land scam. Since Parth Pawar's name or signature does not figure in this transaction, he has been given a clean sheet. Now, lots of questions on this report, because from the from the beginning, we have shown lots of documents, we have shown lots of signature of Parth Pawar and the whistleblower like Vijay Kumbar, activist Anjali Damania. They have raised lots of questions on this Pune land scam.
Meenakshi, I really wanted to hold on, because we're talking about the whistleblowers. You were mentioning that. So we have Mr. Vijay Kumbar, whistleblower in the Pune land scam. The whistleblower in the Pune land scam is joining us live. If we have, let's go to Mr. Vijay Kumbar, who is joining us live. Thank you for joining us here, Mr. Kumbar. Now, you have been tracking the story. In fact, you are the one who helped bring this scam to light. And you have also previously exposed the former CM Manohar Joshi for his favors to his son-in-law. What do you think about the latest investigation? Because Parth Pawar has been given a clean chit in the Pune land scam case, a case that you initially brought to light.
देखिए, ये जो हुआ ये बिल्कुल गलत हुआ है। ये जो अधिकारी थे, जब कमेटी फॉर्म की गई उसी वक्त हमने बोला था कि ये कमेटी कुछ नहीं करने वाली, बार बार एक्सटेंशन लेगी और उसके बाद सबको छोड़ देगी। मैंने सुना था कि सरकार में पढ़े लिखे अधिकारी होते हैं, लेकिन ये जो कुछ हुआ है इससे लगता है कि उनको सिर्फ एक काम सौंपा गया था, वो उन्होंने पूरा कर लिया है। इसमें कंपनी के साथ डील हुआ है, किसी व्यक्ति के साथ नहीं। अमेडिया कंपनी के साथ शीतल तेजवानी का डील हुआ है। तो अगर ऐसे ही डिसीजन आते गए तो सारे हिंदुस्तान के बिल्डर्स खुश हो जाएंगे, क्योंकि हर वक्त बिल्डर साइन करने के लिए नहीं आता, उनका पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी होल्डर आता है। तो ये जो हुआ है ये बिल्कुल पॉलिटिकल डिसीजन है, इसमें कोई भी लीगैलिटी नहीं है, इसमें किसी भी चीज का ठीक तरह से किसी भी चीज पर ठीक तरह से गौर नहीं किया गया है। कंपनी का 99% पार्टनर पार्थ पवार है, और जो 1% है वैसे भी वो नौकर है, वो पार्टनर नाम के वास्ते उन्होंने अगर डील किया, अगर इतना 1800 करोड़ का या 300 करोड़ का अगर ऐसा एक कमेटी समझते, तो कमेटी का जो इंटेलिजेंस है उनको जो उस पर मुझे बिल्कुल शक है। और ये पॉलिटिकल डिसीजन है, इसमें कुछ भी लीगल नहीं है, ना कि पार्थ को छोड़ना है, बस यही एक उनको टारगेट दिया था और उन्होंने वो पूरा कर लिया है। इससे ज्यादा इस अहवाल में कुछ भी नहीं है।
Yes. Mr. Kumbar, आपने पहले बोला था, in the interviews that you have been giving, you had clearly said that no one will dare arrest Parth Pawar. So you have pretty much predicted this clean chit which has been given to Parth Pawar.
इसके कारण दो चार थे। एक तो महाराष्ट्र में, सारे हिंदुस्तान में जहां भी कोई, अभी अजित पवार तो चले गए, लेकिन जहां भी कोई दबंग नेता होता है उसके पंटर, उसके स्टूजेस वहां अपॉइंट किए जाते हैं और वो लोग वही करते जो उनको चाहिए। इस केस में जो अधिकारी थे, एक तो कानूनन उनकी जिम्मेदारी थी कि ऐसा कोई व्यवहार ना हो, अगर होता है तो उसको रोके और उसके बाद भी होता है तो उनको पनिश करे। लेकिन यही अधिकारी थे, ये सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स एग्जामिन करने के लिए, उनका इंस्पेक्शन करने के लिए, ये डील रोकने का काम उनका था, फिर भी उन्होंने वो नहीं किया। इसका मतलब था, और इसीलिए पहले से मैं कह रहा था कि ये कमेटी कुछ नहीं करने वाली, टाइम पास करेगी और आखिरकार पार्थ को छोड़ देगी।
Yes, Mr. Vijay Kumbar, who's a whistleblower in the Pune land scam case. I also have my colleague Meenakshi, who's joining us live from Mumbai. Meenakshi, you would also like to perhaps ask a few questions to Mr. Kumbar?
One question, विजय कुमार जी, ये एविडेंस का क्या हुआ? जो एविडेंस आपने दिखाया, जो एविडेंस रिपब्लिक ने दिखाया, जहाँ पे लैंड वैकेट करने के लिए डायरेक्टली लाइक ऑर्डर्स पार्थ पवार का वहाँ पे सिग्नेचर था और 99% ऑफ स्टेक होल्डर पार्थ पवार थे, उनका डॉक्यूमेंट्स हमने दिखाया, रिपब्लिक ने वो ब्रेक किया एक्सक्लूसिव, ये सारे एविडेंस का क्या हुआ?
देखिए, जिसको आप और हम एविडेंस कहते हैं, कोर्ट के कानून में वो एविडेंस है। इन अधिकारियों ने उस एविडेंस को देखा नहीं है, उन्होंने सिर्फ एक ही चीज देखी, पार्थ पवार के कहीं सिग्नेचर है या नहीं। लेकिन पार्थ पवार ने इसको पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी दिया, कंपनी का जो डॉक्यूमेंट जो आपने दिखाया था, मैंने दिखाया था, उस पर पार्थ की साइन थी। आईटी के लिए जो लेटर भेजा गया उस पर पार्थ की साइन थी। ये कंपनी दोनों के बीच में फॉर्म हो गई है, कंपनी एक्ट इसको लागू होता है। तो लेकिन इसमें अगर एक बात भी कि अगर इन्होंने छोड़ा तो भी अगर जाकर ये आगे कोर्ट में जाता है तो कंपनी लॉ के अंडर भी इनको पनिश किया जा सकता है। लेकिन जब तक गवर्नमेंट इस पर कुछ नहीं करती, बाकी लोगों के लिए बिल्कुल मुश्किल है। हम अपनी कोशिश करेंगे सही फोरम तक ये सारा मामला पहुंचाने की।
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Vijay Kumbar, whistleblower in the Pune land scam case, for joining us here, because in the Pune land scam case, the latest update we have for our viewers is that Parth Pawar has been given a clean chit. Let's move ahead to some of the other stories you're tracking on Republic TV. The ICC is scrambling now to prevent a controversy, a big controversy, viewers. And this is coming in the backdrop of Pakistan saying that they will not be playing the group match with India. So a major commercial fallout could be seen with billions of rupees riding on the India-Pakistan fixture. The world body has opened back-channel talks with Pakistan Cricket Board, tasking its deputy chair to persuade Islamabad to honour the match. But Pakistan's Prime Minister has now hardened the stance, saying that the decision not to play India is final, citing political considerations. Here's more on the story.
The ICC isn't calling foul, it's calling Pakistan. Behind closed doors, the deputy chair is persuading, not punishing, the PCB to play India. Why the desperation? Because India-Pakistan isn't a match, it's the business model. Broadcasters, sponsors and global schedules are all built around this one fixture. Pull the plug and contracts worth millions of dollars unravel. The ICC has warned, skipping the match would invite legal action from broadcasters. But Islamabad isn't blinking. Pakistan's Prime Minister says the decision is final. No match against India. The reason given was solidarity with Bangladesh. For the ICC, this is damage control. For Pakistan, it's a political call. The world's biggest cricket rivalry now hangs in limbo, and for once, the ICC is chasing the game, not running it.
Getting some breaking news is coming in. DMK Minister MRK Paneerselvam has sparked a controversy with his remark on North Indians, saying North Indians come to Tamil Nadu only to sell pani puri, work in construction of wipe tables. Comment has drawn a very, very sharp criticism from BJP MLA Nayanar Nagendran, who called it arrogant and divisive, demanding a public apology. Okay, so big updates coming in. DMK Minister MRK Paneerselvam has sparked a controversy with his remark on North Indians, saying North Indians come to Tamil Nadu only to sell pani puri. So DMK Minister sparking that divide there. I really want to go ahead and play out that statement.
வணக்கம் உள்ளவன் இங்கே டேபிள் துடைக்க வரான். இங்கே ஃபாதர்லாம் வந்திருக்காங்க. வடக்கே உள்ளவன் இங்கே பார்த்து டேபிள் துடைக்க வராங்க. எதுக்கு வரான்? அவன் ஹிந்தி பேசுறதுனால இங்கே ஹிந்தி ஹிந்தியை மட்டும் அவன் கொண்டு படித்த காரணத்தாலே அவன் இங்கே வேலை வாய்ப்பு இல்லாமல் நம்ம இங்கே வந்து இங்கே கட்டட தொழிலாளியாக இங்கே டேபிள் துடைக்கின்றாங்க, பானிபூரி விற்கின்றாங்க, இங்கே வரான். வடக்கே உள்ளவன் இங்கே டேபிள் துடைக்க வரான். இங்கே ஃபாதர்லாம் வந்திருக்காங்க. வடக்கே உள்ளவன் இங்கே பார்த்து டேபிள் துடைக்க வராங்க. எதுக்கு வரான்? அவன் ஹிந்தி பேசுறதுனால இங்கே ஹிந்தியை மட்டும் அவன் கொண்டு படித்த காரணத்தாலே அவன் இங்கே வேலை வாய்ப்பு இல்லாமல் நம்ம இங்கே வந்து இங்கே கட்டட தொழிலாளியாக இங்கே டேபிள் துடைக்கின்றாங்க, பானிபூரி விற்கின்றாங்க, இங்கே வரான்.
Let's go across to my colleague Sharda joining us. Sharda, this is a DMK minister who's made that comment, and it is a little concerning because it is kind of leading to what you call a north-south divide, pushing a north-south divide. The BJP is hit out at his comment. If you could help our viewers understand the latest coming in.
Well, you know, Shivangi, this is not the first time that the DMK is making comments against the North Indians. It was earlier Minister Ponmudi who also spoke about the North Indians coming to Tamil Nadu only to do menial labor work. And also Minister K.N. Nehru earlier last year mentioned that North Indians are only fit for giving birth and nothing else, and that they are the reason the population is high. And the comments that MRK Paneerselvam made that selling pani puris and cleaning tables are North Indians in most of the restaurants in Chennai, pointing out that the North Indians learning only Hindi have lost the ability to get a job opportunity, and that's the reason they come all the way to Tamil Nadu to do construction works and these menial labor works. And this is not, as I mentioned, it's not the first time that the DMK has been instigating the fight between North Indians and South Indians, and with the recent multiple murders, assaults that's been happening against migrant workers also bring it to the knowledge of the people that the DMK is somewhere instigating the people in the state of Tamil Nadu that North Indians here are migrant laborers and taking away the work opportunities of others is what the DMK is trying to instigate. And this is the main acclaim and that the BJP of the state is also keeping, that it is DMK in the side that's been instigating all the North-South debate, all the fight between migrant laborers and the people of state of Tamil Nadu. And we know that the DMK has always been against the language of Hindi imposition. And now with the elections rights coming with now and also pointing out that the SAR has been happening and multiple people, migrant workers have settled in the state of Tamil Nadu, also now have voter IDs. The DMK is trying to spark a controversy with this topic.
All right, well, thank you for getting us all those details, Shant. I'll be coming back to you for more. Okay, let's move ahead, viewers, to some of the other stories that we are tracking here on Republic TV. Addiction to mobile gaming has claimed the life of an innocent child in Bhopal. 14-year-old Ansh Sahu, a class 8 student, died by suicide at his home. His parents had gone out to attend a post-funeral ceremony. And when they returned, they found their only son hanging in his room. Sudden loss has shattered the family, with no suicide note found. The police has taken a mobile recovered from the room into custody for further investigation. According to the family, Ansh spent long hours playing online games, especially Free Fire. Over time, his gaming habit turned into a deadly addiction. Here's more.
Visuals of a quiet house, framed childhood memories, smiling pictures on the wall, moments of a life that ended far too soon. This was 14-year-old Ansh Sahu, a class 8 student from Bhopal, now reduced to just memories. Medals still hanging proudly on his wall, books lying open on his study table. A mobile game addiction that turned deadly for a 14-year-old child.
जो इसके साथ जो भी गेम में खेलते थे और जो पेरेंट्स जो बच्चे अपने मोबाइल देते हैं, मैं उनसे अवेयरनेस चाहता हूं कि अपने बच्चों को मोबाइल में अपने जो देख रहे हैं बहुत दूर देखने के लिए वो कौन सा गेम खेल रहे हैं, किस तरीके से खेल रहे हैं, और बच्चे आपसे पैसे मांग रहे हैं, वो पैसे किस यूज के लिए मांग रहे हैं, उस पर आप विशेष ध्यान दें. क्योंकि इन्वॉल्व थे गेम में, इसमें कितने लोग इन्वॉल्व है ये तो नहीं बता सकता, लेकिन इसके अंदर कोई मास्टर माइंड है जो इन बच्चों को टारगेट किया जा रहा है. जैसे छोटी पावर होती है तो वो बड़ी पावर छोटी गन से नहीं मार पाते, तो वो ऑप्शन बताते हैं हमारे पास बड़ी गन है, ये आप बड़ी गन ले लो, फिर उसके बाद इस गन के पैसे इतने लगेंगे तो वो खरीद लोगे तो आपको पावर बढ़ जाएगी.
फ्री फायर गेम का था.
अच्छा, ये कब से खेल रहा था?
ये अभी एक आध साल, पता नहीं मुझे इसकी जानकारी. चाचा मैनेजर हैं तो उन्होंने बताया कि ये अकाउंट से कटे, किस कारण कटे, पहले बता नहीं रहा था वो.
An 8th standard student that committed suicide while his parents were away attending a post-funeral ceremony. When they returned, their only son was gone.
अभी तक की जो प्रथम दृष्टया बात सामने आई है कि बच्चे द्वारा उसकी मदर द्वारा उसको डांटने पर से उसके द्वारा इस तरह का कदम उठाया गया है. और अभी क्योंकि परिवारजन शोक में उनके पूरे स्टेटमेंट नहीं हो पाए हैं, सभी के कथन नहीं हो पाए, इस कारण से अभी और स्पष्ट इसमें बात नहीं कही जा सकती किन कारणों से बच्चे द्वारा सुसाइड किया गया. हाँ, बच्चा मोबाइल चलाता था, ज़्यादा घर में मोबाइल का यूज़ करता था, इस कारण से मदर ने उसकी डांटा था और में भी ये कारण हो सकता है.
कुछ गेम वगैरह खेलने या कुछ पैसा वगैरह
अभी नहीं कह सकते इस बारे में, क्योंकि अभी परिवारजन के पूरे स्टेटमेंट नहीं हो पाए.
No suicide note was found. A mobile phone recovered from the room is now a key focus of the investigation, as Ansh was addicted to playing the Free Fire mobile game. Reportedly, Ansh took this drastic step under pressure to complete a task given in the game.
वो 1:45 बजे करीब आई और गेट पे उनका बंद था तो वो काफ़ी चीखने लगी, चिल्लाने लगी. तो मैं सुन करके और वहाँ से भागा आया पूजा छोड़ के. साथ में मेरे पड़ोस में भी रहते हैं लड़के, उसको भी बुलाया, वो आए और बड़ी कोशिश करके हमने दरवाज़ा खोलने की कोशिश की. हाथ डाल करके किसी तरह से दरवाज़ा खोल पाए और देखा तो अंदर बच्चा हैंग था. इमीडिएट हम अपनी कार निकाल करके और बच्चे को बैठा कर लेके उसकी माँ को हॉस्पिटल पहुँचे. ये कहते हैं कि मोबाइल उससे उसके माँ बाप ने ले लिया था कि तुम पढ़ाई लिखाई करो, मोबाइल की बहुत ज़रूरत नहीं है. अब ये हुआ कि नहीं हुआ पैसे का, इसकी जानकारी मुझे नहीं है, परंतु जो ये भी कार्य है ये काफ़ी नुकसानदेह है समाज के लिए, परिवार के लिए.
Police are now investigating the Blue Whale game angle. A financial loss of around 28,000 rupees had also occurred due to Ansh's in-game activities.
भोपाल के पिपलानी इलाके में 14 साल के अंश, जो कि 8वीं क्लास का होनहार छात्र था, उसने ऑनलाइन गेम की लत की वजह से उसकी जान चली गई। फिलहाल देखिए घर में मातम भी है और सन्नाटा भी है। घर के बाहर कोई निकल कर नहीं आ रहा है क्योंकि घर में काफ़ी दुखद माहौल है और इसीलिए घर के लोग मीडिया से दूरी बनाए हुए हैं।
Giving some breaking news coming in, Air India has responded to UK authorities saying that it has completed precautionary re-inspection of the fuel control switch across its 33 Boeing 787 aircraft and have found no issues. This comes after UK Civil Aviation Authority asked Air India to provide details of the incident of a Boeing 787-8 aircraft facing a fuel control switch issue at London's Heathrow Airport before takeoff for Bengaluru. Okay, let's go straight across to my colleague. I'm being joined by our colleague Harsha. Harsha, what's the response which has come in? There's a response which has just come in of Air India. Air India has responded to UK authority on this issue.
Yes, Shah, you rightly pointed out, the UK Civil Aviation Authority spoke to, not only spoke, but, wrote to Air India also that they have to give the entire report on what happened with the fuel control switch of the Boeing 787, which departed from London Heathrow to Bengaluru, and then it was AOG, that is aircraft on ground, to which Air India has now responded, stating that it has completed its investigation and inspection of all the Boeing 787 fleet, which includes 33 Boeing Dreamliner, and the precautionary measures were already taken, but there was no issue which was found with the fuel control switch of this Boeing aircraft, and everything has been told to the regulatory authority, and it has now been informed to the UK Civil Aviation Authority as well. So the entire report of what the inspection was carried out, how it was carried out, how many hours the inspection took place in all the fleet, every detailed report now has been submitted with the UK Civil Aviation Authority.
All right, thank you for joining us with all those details. Harsha, I'll be coming back to you for more as we track this story. Taking a short break, viewers, do not go anywhere. We will continue to be live and breaking. Prime Minister Modi to address Rajya Sabha. Motion of thanks unlikely to speak in Lok Sabha after opposition ruckus.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहां नो टेंशन वहां।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
Hi. Good morning
Hi,
to
how are
you.
you?
Good evening from India. We have announcement of a trade deal, and
Yes.
you've seen both sides. Trump says that India has promised not to buy Russian oil, but Indian Prime Minister's response makes no such commitment. But Trump says, I've reduced the tariffs to 18%. And then he says that besides everything else, Prime Minister Modi has also agreed to buy American, in addition to 300 billion in, 500 billion in some other purchases. Anyway, there's an existing agreement to buy 300 billion, so there's not much of a hard-coded commitment from the Indian side. So Trump is obviously using a lot of hyperbole, making some claims, but the good thing is there's an announcement of a deal. But there's more statements coming from Trump than from India, especially to Trump's statement that India has agreed to stop buying Russian oil. There's nothing official from the Indian side to that. How do you view these developments, Professor Sachs?
Well, basically, the United States is unstable and irresponsible, but backing down from the most outlandish actions of this government a few months ago. They made no sense. They antagonized India. They disrupted trade. And
viewers, much more coming up. Back-to-back fatal game addiction incidents reported in Bhopal and Ghaziabad. Should India consider social media ban for under 16?
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहाँ नो टेंशन वहाँ।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा,
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग शिप भी बन सकती है।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
This morning, Rahul Gandhi, leader of the opposition, created a ruckus and furor in the parliament. In response to the president's address, he insisted upon raising what he said were some issues of vital import to our national security. So what was he saying? He was trying to cite an article from the Caravan magazine, which in turn was quoting excerpts from General Narwane, the former army chief's unpublished memoirs. It may be recalled that the government had stopped General Narwane from publishing the book. As such, the authenticity of the excerpts cited in the Caravan magazine itself are open to question. But then let's try and take a deeper look at what is this bravura all about. So I have had a detailed look at the article in the Caravan magazine. I have no access to General Narwane's book or manuscript, but we had a look at the Caravan article in detail. So what does this article say? This article talks of the 2020 Chinese intrusions, which had culminated in the Galwan incident, in which 19 Indian soldiers had lost their lives. No weapons had been used, but the Chinese had laid an ambush with pointed stones, with baseball bats wrapped up with barbed wire and nails and studded with lethal handheld weapons. You see, 19 Indians had been killed, but in response our soldiers had given an excellent account of themselves in hand-to-hand combat, and it is said that 45, some claim up to 100 Chinese soldiers were killed, which they tried to hide by saying they had lost just 5 soldiers. The simple fact is that after this violent incident leading to 19 fatalities on the Indian side, we should have thrown the 1996 Peace and Tranquility Accord into the bloody dustbin. Dustbin. Because that accord says...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching the Republic TV. This is Shivam Dutt Mehta, and in this bulletin our top focus would be yesterday Prime Minister Narendra Modi was gherawed out by the female MPs of the opposition party, and he was not let to speak. Now today PM Modi is going to speak in the Rajya Sabha. We'll get you all the updates on that story, what's the political reactions that are coming, and a lot more. But first up, the headlines. PM's address in Rajya Sabha. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Rajya Sabha. Motion of thanks unlikely to speak in Lok Sabha after opposition ruckus. Top Jaish commander Adil killed in encounter in Kishtwar. Internet suspended in areas amid ongoing anti-terror operation. Home Minister Amit Shah on a 3-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir to review border security grid. Back-to-back fatal game erection incidents reported in Kopal and Ghaziabad now also includes Kerala. Should India consider social media ban for under 16 after? After SIT report proves adulteration in TTD Laddu, Jagan Mohan Reddy says charge sheet is closed. After DGCA, now Air India blames pilot for fuel switch incident reported on A131. All right, viewers, let's begin this bulletin with the big breaking news that is coming in from the national capital. Now, opposition parties to meet to discuss strategy for Parliament session. A meeting of opposition parties has been called to discuss strategy for the parliamentary session. The meeting will be held, it should have begun by 10 a.m. in the Rajya Sabha and LOP Mallikarjun Kharge's room in the Parliament building. So this is a very big development that is coming in. Opposition calls for meeting to discuss parliamentary strategy. And the kind of reaction that we are getting from the opposition, especially, they're not allowing the proceedings to happen. And yesterday also, you saw very well how they stopped the Prime Minister Narendra Modi from speaking. He was not let to speak because he was gherawed out by the female MPs. All right, we have Harsha on a phone line with us to give us details on this story. A big meeting of the opposition leaders. Harsha, what are the latest that we are getting? They are making a strategy on what to do today.
Yes, you rightly pointed out today. Again, the strategy is being made yesterday. The strategy somehow worked for Congress party, the opposition, because they stalled the Parliament, Lok Sabha, and that was the reason why Prime Minister yesterday couldn't give the reply in Lok Sabha. But this very shameful because Prime Minister was supposed to respond on the President's motion of thanks yesterday in Lok Sabha, and it was all said, decided. Rahul Gandhi and opposition party knew about it, that Prime Minister is going to speak at 5 o'clock, but still they stalled the Parliament. And as a strategy, yesterday they used all the women MPs of opposition party who went towards the Treasury bench, who went towards the Prime Minister chair, and near the well where the Sandhya Rai was on the chair. The Sandhya Rai, the BJP leader, was on chair at that time, on the Speaker's chair. They jumped on the well, they crossed the 2 layers of the Speaker's chair, and that's how yesterday the Lok Sabha got adjourned, and today we are learning the similar strategy might be that opposition leaders will apply for Rajya Sabha, because today Prime Minister is going to speak in Rajya Sabha. Now there will be no more PM's reply in Lok Sabha on President's motion of thanks because of the attitude and because of the shameful act with the opposition party yesterday conducted in the Lok Sabha. Back to you.
Harsha, now what are the concerns of the opposition? Now, firstly, it began when it comes to Rahul Gandhi. When it came to Rahul Gandhi, he was trying to quote a memoir of Naravane. Now, the problem with that was that the book wasn't published and he's not allowed to quote that. But he continued to keep quoting that unpublished book. One is that issue, and the other one is also the India-US trade deal. Now, what strategies and what arguments does the opposition have for today's proceedings?
So the argument opposition is going to have is continuously that they should be allowed to speak on Narwane's memoir, which the Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh himself stated that no book is allowed in Parliament, and not only him, but the Speaker from the chair has ruled it out that any unpublished book can't be indicated. It will not be allowed to take in the Lok Sabha. But Rahul Gandhi, being Rahul Gandhi, he has been stating that he will get General Narwane's book in the Lok Sabha, and that is the reason the entire Congress party has been very adamant that till the time Rahul Gandhi will not be allowed to speak and mention what he wants to speak on the national security, mentioning Narwane's book, till the time they are not going to let Parliament run. So this is going to be the strategy. But yesterday, according to top sources, because yesterday there was a debriefing of top ministers of BJP, what we have been told is that whatever Congress and opposition wants to do, they can go on by doing it. It is not going to affect the business of the Parliament. If they are present or they are absent, the bills will be passed. Prime Minister is going to reply in Rajya Sabha, and today the budget speech will start from the Lok Sabha. Today from 12 o'clock there's a budget speech in Lok Sabha. There will be discussion on budget, on what Nirmala Sitharaman addressed on union budget. Today the debate on that will begin in the lower house of the Parliament, that is Lok Sabha, and all different party leaders will be speaking. So if Congress and opposition doesn't want to participate, they cannot. But Speaker wants to run the Parliament. Back to you.
Yes, Harsha, thanks for the update. We'll come back to you as more details come on this story. Because in the Parliament, the opposition still wants to create ruckus. Yesterday, they created a ruckus. They even gherawed Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, proceedings in Lok Sabha were adjourned for the day yesterday, seconds after it assembled for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's reply to the debate on motion of thanks on the President's address. Now, the House went into chaos as soon as the proceedings began at 5 p.m. Now, Congress MPs entered the well and aisles and raised slogans over the suspension of 8 MPs during the ongoing budget session. Here is a report on that.
Pandemonium in Parliament spiraled into an unprecedented flashpoint on Wednesday. High drama unfolded minutes before Prime Minister Narendra Modi was scheduled to address the House at 5 p.m. with opposition MPs storming the well and crossing over the Treasury benches. In visuals, opposition members breached 2 security barricades near the Speaker's chair and gherawed the Prime Minister's seat. The adjournments at 5 p.m. before PM Modi's reply to motion of thanks for the President's address came after 2 other adjournments on Tuesday over commotion in lower house.
प्रधानमंत्री जी जहाँ बैठते हैं उस साइड में वो बैनर लेके खड़े थे, तो ये तो एकदम संसदीय आचरण की अपमान की पराकाष्ठा है, दुर्व्यवहार की भी पराकाष्ठा है। दिन में स्पीकर साहब ने भी कहा कि आप विरोध करो, लेकिन विरोध का आपका एक दायरा है, वहां तक रहिए। आप सत्ता पक्ष की जहाँ गृह मंत्री जी बैठते हैं, रक्षा मंत्री जी बैठते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री जी बैठते हैं, उस तरफ क्यों आते हैं? राहुल गांधी जी ने बोला भी कि मैं एलओपी ऑफ इंडिया हूं, मुझे कौन रोक सकता है बोलने के लिए। अगर हाउस में बोलना होगा किसी को भी तो माननीय स्पीकर साहब की परमिशन से ही बोलना होगा। लेकिन कल उन्होंने उनको भी चैलेंज किया कि मुझे कौन रोकेगा। इसका मतलब वो अहंकार राहुल गांधी जी का भी कल बोला। ये जो आज आचरण हुआ है महिला सांसदों का, ये लिख के दिया है सांसदों ने और मामला स्पीकर के पास।
As per latest reports, PM Modi may be speaking in the Rajya Sabha today as per planned business of the House. House was adjourned twice, once over Rahul Gandhi's proposed speech on General Naravane's unpublished book, and after BJP MP Nishikant Dubey made a series of sharp remarks targeting the Congress and members of the Nehru-Gandhi family.
All right, viewers, the big breaking news coming from the national capital. Opposition parties to meet to discuss again strategy for Parliament session. A meeting of opposition parties has been called to discuss strategy for the parliamentary session. The meeting was scheduled to happen at 10 a.m. It should have been started by 10 a.m. We'll get you the latest updates on that in Rajya Sabha. Mallikarjun Kharge's room in the Parliament building. Latest updates coming on this. Yesterday, the opposition party MPs created a ruckus when it comes to the proceedings, the parliamentary proceedings, and they stopped Prime Minister Narendra Modi from speaking in the parliament. Now, PM Modi was scheduled to speak yesterday, but he couldn't speak because he was gherawed by the opposition MPs, especially the female MPs from the opposition parties. All right, for more information, we have Ishita joining us live from location. Ishita, what are the latest details you are getting? Yesterday, we saw how the parliamentary discourse, which was not followed by the opposition parties, the decorum was not maintained by the opposition parties. There was a pretty much unruly behavior coming to the well of the house, the aisle, and disturbing the Prime Minister of the country. Ishita, over to you. Latest details.
Right, of course, after we witnessed the high voltage drama in the lower house of the Parliament, Lok Sabha, yesterday when Prime Minister Modi was blocked from giving his reply on the motion of debate to President's address, today we are likely to see Prime Minister addressing Rajya Sabha, the upper house, which means that Lok Sabha, in fact, could pass the motion of thanks motion without the Prime Minister's reply. We are expecting Prime Minister to address the upper house at about 4 p.m., which means we are then expecting a follow-up discussion on the budget in both the houses. Now, as far as the opposition's meet goes, it was set to begin at 10 a.m., which means that it must be underway right now. It is set to take place at the chamber of the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge. They are basically meeting here to discuss their strategy going forward in this session. And also remember, after Nishikant Dubey was in fact quoting from some books in lower house yesterday, opposition's demand has been very insistent. They are demanding the suspension of BJP MP Nishikant Dubey right after he quoted from a few books on Nehru-Gandhi family in the lower house of the Parliament yesterday. Now, also remember, this comes after about 8 Congress MPs were suspended for their unruly behavior for violating the rules of the House. So what exactly took place in lower house of the Parliament yesterday was a very sad state of affairs. We saw the decorum getting violated, Prime Minister Modi not being allowed to speak, instead of using your tool, which is arguments in the temple of democracy, what was used was physical blocking. A lot of Congress MPs had geraud Prime Minister's chair. They were charging towards the Treasury benches. They did not allow the Prime Minister, in fact, to come in, as they were blocking the aisle also from where he was supposed to walk down to come and address in Lok Sabha, give his response to the motion of thanks to President's address. So, of course, and in fact, this is not the first time ever. We have seen that ever since Rahul Gandhi raked up the issue by quoting from an unpublished book of ex-army chief Manoj Mukund Nirvani. We have seen Lok Sabha has more or less been paralyzed for the past 3 days, other than just Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal coming out and apprising the House on the US-India deal. We have not seen any work, in fact, take place in the lower house. And today, of course, we're expecting some work to, in fact, continue in both the houses.
Definitely, Ishita, especially the budget session is to discuss on what the president has spoken, what Nirmala Sitharaman has said, and on the budget there could have been a lot more discussions on the possibility on agricultural sector. Even if they wanted to discuss on the Indo-US trade deal, the ruling government was ready to discuss on that. But Rahul Gandhi chose to discuss on an unpublished book that even was a memoir that hasn't been even published. Now, can we expect similar optics, similar theatrics when it comes to the proceedings in Rajya Sabha, a similar strategy of gherawing, the similar strategy that we saw in Lok Sabha yesterday? Shita?
See, as of now, one cannot predict what the opposition would like to go ahead as far as the Prime Minister's address goes in Rajya Sabha and what a strategy they would adopt. The latest that we know, they are meeting right now in the chamber of the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge. They are deciding on their strategy, how they want to counter the government. But the fact of the matter remains that, it is the arguments that have to be followed from the opposition side. Even if they intend to question the government, it has to be in verbal form, not in the way that was happening in Lok Sabha yesterday. If you continue to block and continue to cause a disruption, derail the speech, and remember, this did not happen in an impromptu way. It was a very planned disruption by design. In fact, Congress has posted yesterday, all of this was orchestrated by Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Somebody was leading this planned how Congress women MPs gherawed. They were raising slogans, they had placards with him, and they did not let the House to function. Remember, a lot of tax money goes into these settings of the Parliament, into these sittings wherein we expect as citizens also to discussion to take place so that, even the back and forth can come out and something can be churned out of it. But if the House continues like this and, we continue to witness adjournments after adjournments, it is a very sad state of affairs that we're staring at, and we really hope that this time the Rajya Sabha, in fact, if you compare both the houses, Rajya Sabha to Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha has been functioning for the past 3 days a lot more than Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha has been entirely paralyzed due to the disruptions caused by opposition. So we are expecting Prime Minister Modi to address the upper house at about 4 p.m. today, and it is expected that the speech, in fact, could go smoothly in the upper house.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Ishita, for the latest updates on this story, because the opposition, the way they are behaving, even the leader of opposition, the way he is behaving, and the comments that have been passed by him, even for Bittu, the entire Congress party is under fire for the recent comments and the behavior they are making. And also, it's the taxpayers' money that they are wasting by disrupting the parliamentary proceedings. So, all right, let's move on to a next top story. A massive fire engulfed a car service center in Karnataka, causing much loss of property. The massive blaze gutted cars and spare parts at around 1:30 a.m. last night. Watch this report for more information.
A massive fire broke out in Karnataka's Bijapur at a car service center around 1:30 a.m. last night. Various cars parked for repair and service at this service center were gutted in the blaze. The car spare parts worth about rupees 35 lakh kept in the store were also engulfed by the high flames. The total value of the cars burnt and destroyed in this massive blaze is estimated to be more than rupees 1 crore. Fire and emergency services doused the blaze and prevented it from spreading further, but the damage to the property was already done. The efforts to get the fire in control continued overnight, and fortunately, no loss of lives has been reported yet. The exact cause of the fire, however, is not yet known, and Bijapur Police has launched a probe into the case.
All right, viewers, there's a big breaking news coming in from Kopal, Karnataka. Big breaking news where Hindu youth was brutally assaulted in the Kopal district. He was assaulted in the Kopal district after mistakenly seen with a Muslim woman and her children, and this has triggered communal tension. The victim, Venkatesh, was trying to mediate a domestic dispute between a Muslim man and his wife. However, some Muslim youths who saw Venkatesh with the women and the children allegedly misunderstood the situation and launched a brutal assault. Despite locals pleading that Venkatesh was from the same village, the attack reportedly continued. The behavior, the way, the hooliganism, this is the latest update in this this story. The Muslim youths saw Venkatesh with the woman and the children while Venkatesh was trying to resolve a domestic dispute which was between a husband and wife, and the dispute was between a Muslim man and his wife. However, the Muslim youths saw Venkatesh with the women and children, and they allegedly misunderstood the situation and launched a brutal attack, though the locals tried to convince them, but they continued with their attack. All right, we have Abhishek joining us live from Bengaluru. Abhishek, what are the latest you're getting? The man was trying to help the family. He was trying to help the woman and the man. He was trying to resolve the family dispute. Now, what made the youths who were passing by to beat him brutally? What details are you getting? They were even stopped, but they did not stop. They continued the assault. That's what we are getting.
Venkatesh was a very good friend of the couple, probably when the Muslim couple had a quarrel for a domestic issue at home, and it was that particular time when the woman decided to move out with her kids, and it was Venkatesh who wanted to bring peace between this Muslim couple, and he went to the bus station to bring the family along with the women and children back to the residence. When she was seen sobbing, she was seen crying, and the Muslim youths who have attacked Venkatesh mistook the incident, and they thought that Venkatesh was trying to misbehave with the Muslim woman who was along with her children. This is when they launched an attack on Venkatesh. Despite Venkatesh claiming that he was from the same village and he knew the family very well, and even the woman mentioned that she knew Venkatesh, the Muslim youth didn't give a heed to what Venkatesh and the woman who was present there at the situation shouted at. And also, some of the people who tried to bring a full stop to this entire quarrel also mentioned the fact that Venkatesh is a close aide of their family. He is known by the family, and he is here to take the woman back to the home. The attack continued on Venkatesh, after which Venkatesh decided to file an FIR against the miscreants who wanted to hurt Venkatesh, who also wanted to take the life of Venkatesh to an extent, is what the complaint says. As of now, an FIR has been registered and several people have been taken into custody by the police of Kopal as of now, but we are awaiting response from the district administration and the district police department as well. If this was a planned attack on Venkatesh in the name of safeguarding a Muslim woman, or this was an incident which was never expected but happened due to the gush of feelings. So we are awaiting much more details after the next couple of hours. Shivam.
Definitely, Abhishek, but also a very important point here. Can you also explain whether the region is a communally sensitive region, the demography of the region, if you can tell a little bit about that also, and also the way he was brutally attacked. Had the people, the locals, not intervened, he would have been completely lynched by the mob that was present there, Abhishek.
Looking at the visuals, it is very clear that the youth might have been under influence of any narcotic substance, or they might have been under the influence of alcohol, because they didn't give a heed to what the localites shouted to. And also, the fact is that Kopal is not particularly a sensitive area where Hindus or Muslims usually fight with each other. Since this is a tourist location, Muslims and Hindus have already been in harmony for the last couple of decades. So this is one such incident where this is going to be turning towards the communal, because despite knowing that Venkatesh is a close friend of the family, these youth launched an attack on Venkatesh even after the woman claiming that she knew Venkatesh for a long time. So was there a hidden agenda by attacking Venkatesh? Was there any issue with the mob and Venkatesh? Was there any direction from anyone to make sure that Venkatesh was hurt? These are the points which have been started to be investigated by the local police, and we are awaiting the response. Shivam.
All right, Abhishek, thanks a lot for the information. We'll come back to you as more details unfold in this developing story. Thanks a lot, Abhishek. All right, viewers, it's time to slip into a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere, because coming up next, after SIT report proves adulteration in TTD Laddu, Jagan Mohan Reddy says charge sheet is closed. We'll get you all the details on this story coming up next.
आधे बाउल
बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जलजीरा मसाला।
Hi, good morning
Hi, how
to
are
you.
you?
Good evening from India. We have announcement of a trade deal, and
Yes.
you've seen both sides. Trump says that India has promised not to buy Russian oil, but Indian Prime Minister's response makes no such commitment. But Trump says, I've reduced the tariffs to 18%. And then he says that besides everything else, Prime Minister Modi has also agreed to buy American, in addition to 300 billion in, 500 billion in some other purchases. Anyway, there's an existing agreement to buy 300 billion. So there's not much of a hard-coded commitment from the Indian side. So Trump is obviously using a lot of hyperbole, making some claims. But the good thing is there's an announcement of a deal. But there's more statements coming from Trump than from India, especially to Trump's statement that India has agreed to stop buying Russian oil. There's nothing official from the Indian side to that. How do you view these developments, Professor Sachs?
Well, basically, the United States is unstable and irresponsible, but backing down from the most outlandish actions of this government a few months ago. They made no sense. They antagonized India. They disrupted trade. And I think somebody finally explained to Trump that none of this was serving any American interests at all. And so Trump has backed down to an important extent. Everything about Trump and trade is erratic, not sensible, not accomplishing any U.S. goals, but better 18% tariffs than 50% tariffs or 500% tariffs. But I wouldn't take at face value any single statement by the U.S. government. I think everything is just complete improvisation, a lot of baloney, a lot of malarkey, but probably somebody has prevailed inside the White House to say, why antagonize India?
So, what did Trump or what did America gain in the last
Nothing.
4 months of putting
Nothing.
pressure on India?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Whatever is agreed today could have been agreed before. Nothing is gained. There's no pressure. India has no, U.S. has no leverage on India. So none of this is anything other than Trump's delusion that the U.S. is the be-all and end-all of the universe. And so his writ is the command of for the whole world. But that's Trump.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
This morning, Rahul Gandhi, leader of the opposition, created a ruckus and furor in the parliament. In response to the president's address, he insisted upon raising what he said were some issues of vital import to our national security. So what was he saying? He was trying to cite an article from the Caravan magazine, which in turn was quoting excerpts from General Narwane, the former army chief's unpublished memoirs. It may be recalled that the government had stopped General Narwane from publishing the book. As such, the authenticity of the excerpts cited in the Caravan magazine itself are open to question. But then let's try and take a deeper look at what is this bravura all about. So I have had a detailed look at the article in the Caravan magazine. I have no access to General Narwane's book or manuscript, but we had a look at the Caravan article in detail. So what does this article say? This article talks of the 2020 Chinese intrusions, which had culminated in the Galwan incident, in which 19 Indian soldiers had lost their lives.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Rajya Sabha motion of thanks and likely to speak in Lok Sabha after opposition ruckus. Top Jaish commander Adil killed in encounter in Kishtwar. Internet suspended in 4 areas amid ongoing anti-terror operation. Home Minister Amit Shah on a 3-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir to review border security grid. Back-to-back fatal game erection incidents reported in Bhopal, Ghaziabad, Kerala. Should India consider social media ban for under 16? After SIT report proves adulteration in TTD Laddu, Jagan Mohan Reddy says charge sheet is closed. After DGCA, now Air India blames pilot for fuel switch incident reported on AI 131. All right, viewers, let's begin this bulletin with a big breaking news that is coming in from Kerala. Now, police in Kerala's Palakkad district have seized more than 100 boxes of explosives from a pickup van near Palakkad town late Wednesday night. Now, according to an officer from the Palakkad town South Police Station, the vehicle was found carrying over 100 boxes of gelatin sticks along with more than 20 boxes of detonators which had been concealed beneath a load of watermelons. Now, the seizure was made during a late night check and further investigation is underway to determine the source and intended use of the explosives. So this is a big breaking news that is coming in right now at this moment. This is coming from Palakkad and it shows explosives which have been recovered. 20 boxes of detonators found concealed under watermelons. So this is an exclusive story that we are getting. Police in Kerala's Palakkad district have seized more than 100 boxes of explosives from a pickup van near Palakkad town late Wednesday night. All right, for more information, we have Shankar joining us live from Thiruvananthapuram. Shankar, what are the latest details you are getting? The initial information that we have, it's 100 boxes of explosives.
Yes. On Tuesday night at around 7 p.m., Palakkad South Police Station, police received an information stating that a truck is carrying these explosives are reaching Palakkad from Tamil Nadu. And soon a team of police rushed to the national highway at around 8 p.m. and they waited for 2-3 hours and checked all the vehicles. At around 10 p.m. This particular truck carrying watermelon reached the spot and the drivers asked to stop it. But the driver of the vehicle tried to spurt away from them and moved to a different route. And the police officials started chasing the vehicle in a police jeep and some 10 kilometers away in a rural road, in a pocket road, the vehicle was stopped and the driver tried to escape from them. Soon the driver was taken into custody and the bomb squad was alerted and the watermelons were removed from the truck and found these explosives which were kept in over 1,120 boxes. And when the bomb squad opened the boxes, they could find over 5,000 detonators and nearly 18,000 gelatin sticks from the boxes. They were defused by the bomb squad and these materials were disposed of safely. Now the police registered a case under Section 6 of Explosive Act and the driver who was identified by the Palakkad South Police as Sendil Kumar from Coimbatore, and he was remanded in judicial custody after being produced before a court. Now the probe team wants to move a custody application before the court and to question him. The driver, from preliminary questioning, the driver told police that he was unaware that the truck was carrying these kinds of explosives. But this was not believed by the probe team, and the probe team is expanding the probe, focusing on the truck, the owner of the truck. The owner of the truck was even contacted by the probe team, and he also claimed ignorance that they received the driver that took the vehicle as per an order, and they had not even seen the intended beneficiary of this truckload. And soon the probe is on in various angles to identify the exact person who ordered for these watermelons and how these explosives reached the truck. Even the truck owner and even the driver are giving contradictory answers, and the probe team wants to hold a transparent and effective probe to identify the mysteries behind. This is not the first time such explosives were seized in Kerala. Some 2 days back, the Republic TV reported from Thiruvananthapuram, some place near Kaimanam, that as many as 38 pieces of gelatin sticks were seized from a house in Thiruvananthapuram city some 2 days back, and the police registered a case and the probe is still going on. In Thiruvananthapuram 2 days back, some people came for some welding works and they were doing work in an isolated land. And while doing the work, these explosives which were kept inside a sack exploded with a huge sound and a person's hand was severely injured. Soon the bomb squad reached the spot and all these detonators were taken into custody and they were diffused properly. And some weeks back, even from Kannur, some explosives were seized and they were belonged to a land which was owned by SDPI. So the role of the police is to find out for whom these explosives were brought to Kerala from Tamil Nadu. This is not the first time, and the role of such communal organizations in Kerala is evident in this case, and the police have to confirm it properly.
Shankar, the major question that would be here, because this is a very large amount of explosives. Now, what can be the potential use? Is police also probing this from the terrorist point of view, from a terror angle, that this could have been used for other purposes? Now, the other purpose that is coming to light is also this could be used for illegal mining and could be sent to a quarry. What details are you fetching? Because you're saying this is not the first time that such huge amounts of explosives have been found there.
We have in Kerala, we have only less than 2 months remaining for the assembly elections, which is stated to be held in the first week of April or in the second week. The date is yet to be declared. in this situation, even in the last polls, when we take into account the poll violences that took place in Kerala, the explosives were made using these kinds of detonators and gelatin sticks. So the police, the prop team does not rule out the possibility. The prop team does not rule out the possibility of making big explosives and terror angle in it. But there are rumors that these explosives were brought to a quarry in Thrissur, but it has not been confirmed. But because there was no details of the owner, the person who sent it, there is nothing, no details available. Then the prop team is unable to confirm anything as of now.
All right, thanks for the details on this story, and this needs to be investigated because this was the very large amount of explosives was recovered in this location. Now, let's move on to a next top story. Now, addiction to mobile gaming claimed the life of an innocent child in Bhopal who was just 14-year-old Ansh Sahu, a class 8 student who died by suicide at his home. Now, his parents had gone out to attend a funeral ceremony. When they returned, they found their only son hanging in his room. Now, the sudden loss has shattered the family with no suicide note found. Now, police has taken a mobile recovered from the room into the custody for further investigation. Now, according to the family, Ansh spent long hours playing online games, especially Free Fire, and over time, his gaming habit turned into a deadly addiction. Now, investigators are also checking whether the case has any connection to the so-called Blue Whale game, which has been linked to self-harm claims in the past. More in this special report.
Visuals of a quiet house, framed childhood memories, smiling pictures on the wall, moments of a life that ended far too soon. This was 14-year-old Ansh Sahu, a class 8 student from Bhopal, now reduced to just memories. Medals still hanging proudly on his wall, books lying open on his study table. A mobile game addiction that turned deadly for a 14-year-old child.
जो इसके साथ जो भी गेम में खेलते थे और जो पेरेंट्स जो बच्चे अपने मोबाइल देते हैं, मैं उनसे अवेयरनेस चाहता हूं कि अपने बच्चों को मोबाइल में अपने जो देख रहे हैं बहुत दूर देखने के लिए वो कौन सा गेम खेल रहे हैं, किस तरीके से खेल रहे हैं, और बच्चे आपसे पैसे मांग रहे हैं, वो पैसे किस यूज के लिए मांग रहे हैं, उस पर आप विशेष ध्यान दें। क्योंकि इन्वॉल्व थे गेम में, इसमें कितने लोग इन्वॉल्व है ये तो नहीं बता सकता, लेकिन इसके अंदर कोई मास्टर माइंड है जो इन बच्चों को टारगेट किया जा रहा है। जैसे छोटी पावर होती है तो वो बड़ी पावर छोटी गन से नहीं मार पाते, तो वो ऑप्शन बताते हैं हमारे पास बड़ी गन है, ये आप बड़ी गन ले लो, फिर उसके बाद इस गन के पैसे इतने लगेंगे तो वो खरीद लोगे तो आपको पावर बढ़ जाएगी।
फ्री फायर गेम का था।
अच्छा, ये कब से खेल रहा था?
ये अभी एक आध साल, पता नहीं मुझे इसकी जानकारी। चाचा मैनेजर हैं तो उन्होंने बताया कि ये अकाउंट से कटे, किस कारण कटे, पहले बता नहीं रहा था वो।
An 8th standard student that committed suicide while his parents were away attending a post-funeral ceremony. When they returned, their only son was gone.
अभी तक की जो प्रथम दृष्टया बात सामने आई है कि बच्चे द्वारा उसकी मदर द्वारा उसको डांटने पर से उसके द्वारा इस तरह का कदम उठाया गया है, और अभी चूँकि परिवारजन शोक में उनके पूरे स्टेटमेंट नहीं हो पाए हैं, सभी के कथन नहीं हो पाए, इस कारण से अभी और स्पष्ट इसमें बात नहीं कही जा सकती कि इन कारणों से बच्चे द्वारा सुसाइड किया गया। हाँ, बच्चा मोबाइल चलाता था, ज़्यादा घर में मोबाइल का यूज़ करता था, इस कारण से मदर ने उसकी डांटा था, और मैं भी ये कारण हो सकता है।
कुछ गेम वगैरह खेलने या कुछ पैसा वगैरह
अभी नहीं कह सकते इस बारे में, क्योंकि अभी परिवारजन के पूरे स्टेटमेंट नहीं हो पाए।
No suicide note was found. A mobile phone recovered from the room is now a key focus of the investigation, as Ansh was addicted to playing the Free Fire mobile game. Reportedly, Ansh took this drastic step under pressure to complete a task given in the game.
वो 1:45 बजे करीब आई और गेट पे उनका बंद था, तो वो काफ़ी चीखने लगी, चिल्लाने लगी, तो मैं सुन करके और वहाँ से भागा आया पूजा छोड़ के। साथ में मेरे एक पड़ोस में भी रहते हैं लड़के, उसको भी बुलाया, वो आए और बड़ी कोशिश करके हमने दरवाज़ा खोलने की कोशिश की, हाथ डाल करके किसी तरह से दरवाज़ा खोल पाए, और देखा तो अंदर बच्चा हैंग था। इमीडिएट हम अपनी कार निकाल करके और बच्चे को बैठा कर लेके उनकी माँ को हॉस्पिटल पहुँचे। ये कहते हैं कि मोबाइल उससे उसके माँ बाप ने ले लिया था कि तुम पढ़ाई लिखाई करो, मोबाइल की बहुत ज़रूरत नहीं है। अब ये हुआ कि नहीं हुआ पैसे का, इसकी जानकारी मुझे नहीं है, परंतु जो ये भी कार्य है ये काफ़ी नुकसानदेह है समाज के लिए, परिवार के लिए।
Police are now investigating the blue whale game angle. A financial loss of around 28,000 rupees had also occurred due to Ansh's in-game activities.
भोपाल के पिपलानी इलाके में 14 साल के अंश, जो कि 8वीं क्लास का होनहार छात्र था, उसने ऑनलाइन गेम की लत की वजह से उसकी जान चली गई। फिलहाल देखिए घर में मातम भी है और सन्नाटा भी है। घर के बाहर कोई निकल कर नहीं आ रहा है क्योंकि घर में काफ़ी दुखद माहौल है और इसीलिए घर के लोग मीडिया से दूरी बनाए हुए हैं। लेकिन जो जानकारी अभी तक निकल कर सामने आई है, अंश जो है उसे ऑनलाइन गेम की लत लग गई थी और परिवार ने उससे मोबाइल भी ले लिया था कि वो पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दे, मोबाइल ना खेले। लेकिन उस गेम की लत की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं जिस समय उसने ये घटना की, बताते हैं माँ बाप किसी फंक्शन में गए थे और जब वो करीब 1 बजे लौट के आए तो अंदर अंश फांसी के फंदे पर लटका हुआ था, जिसे आसपास के लोग अस्पताल ले गए जहाँ पर कि इलाज के दौरान उसकी मौत हो गई, उसकी जान नहीं बचाई जा सकी। पिपलानी थाना क्षेत्र पुलिस ने प्रकरण दर्ज कर लिया है, विवेचना की जा रही है। आसपास के लोगों का कहना है कि जो गेम है उसमें उसे कुछ नुकसान होने की भी आशंका है और इसी वजह से शायद उसने अपनी जान दी, लेकिन और पहलुओं पर पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रही है।
Ansh's death is not just a tragedy, it's a warning for the parents that also raises serious questions about mobile gaming addiction among children and teenagers.
All right, viewers, let's move on to our next top story. A big breaking news that we are getting from Delhi. An Air India flight was reported making a U-turn. An Air India Boeing flight from Delhi to Bangalore made an air turn back. I repeat, air turn back at Delhi airport. Now, crew conducted air turn back to Delhi due to fire warning. Now, aircraft has been taken under maintenance. This is a very big news that is coming in, especially very concerning news after such repeated news that is coming in regarding the passenger safety and the safety when it comes to aviation. Big news where an Air India flight was reported making a U-turn. An Air India Boeing flight from Delhi to Bangalore has made an air turn back at Delhi airport. Now, crew conducted an air turn back to Delhi due to a fire warning. Now, the aircraft has been taken for maintenance. There was a fire warning in the cargo compartment, as we are being told now. There are lots of developments and we'll go to Harsha for more details in this story. Harsha, what are the latest details that you are fetching in this big development, big story that is coming in, big concerns regarding passenger safety? The plane made a U-turn, Harsha.
Yes, you rightly pointed out, this AI-507, this is the Boeing aircraft 777. Early morning, supposed to leave from New Delhi to Bengaluru, but before there was detection. The forward area of the cargo, where the pilot immediately informed to the ATC and also the technicians and the entire team. The ground team was there at the spot, and immediately the aircraft made a ground turn back. Immediately, it happened just before the takeoff, the right time when the pilot could detect that there's a fire in the cargo.
So Harsha, okay. So there was an incident of fire that was reported and the plane made a U-turn. Thanks a lot, Harsha, for the information on this story. All right, viewers, now let's move on to our next top story. Now, the ICC is scrambling to prevent a major commercial and sporting fallout after Pakistan has refused to play India in the upcoming T20 World Cup. Now, with billions of rupees riding on the India-Pakistan fixture, the world body has opened back-channel talks with the Pakistan Cricket Board, that is the PCB, tasking its deputy chair to persuade Islamabad to honour the match. But Pakistan's Prime Minister has now hardened his stance, saying the decision not to play with India is final, citing political considerations. Now, here is more on the story.
The ICC isn't calling foul, it's calling Pakistan. Behind closed doors, The deputy chair is persuading, not punishing, the PCB to play India. Why the desperation? Because India-Pakistan isn't a match, it's the business model. Broadcasters, sponsors and global schedules are all built around this one fixture. Pull the plug and contracts worth millions of dollars unravel. The ICC has warned, skipping the match could invite legal action from broadcasters. But Islamabad isn't blinking. Pakistan's Prime Minister says the decision is final. No match against India. The reason given was solidarity with Bangladesh. For the ICC, this is damage control. For Pakistan, it's a political call. The world's biggest cricket rivalry now hangs in limbo, and for once, the ICC is chasing the game, not running it.
All right, viewers, now let's move on to a big breaking news that is coming in from Chhattisgarh. Now, one Maoist has been killed in an encounter in Bijapur. Now, this happened during an ongoing search operation in southern part of Bijapur after inputs were received of a Maoist presence in the area. Now, the encounter began this morning between the security forces and Maoists. So far, the body of one Maoist and an AK-47 rifle have been recovered. More details are awaited, but this is a big story coming in from Chhattisgarh, big news coming from Chhattisgarh, where one Maoist has been killed in an encounter in Bijapur. Slowly, the terrorism, the Maoism is ending when it comes to the security forces are taking strict action, and this also is an encounter coming in from Chhattisgarh, where one Maoist has been killed in an encounter in Bijapur. This is during an ongoing search operation in southern part of Bijapur. After there was intel, there were inputs of armed Maoist presence in that area, and the security forces responded to the intel, acted upon the intel information, and an encounter happened. Now, the encounter began this morning between the security forces and the Maoists, and so far the body of one Maoist has been recovered, and an AK-47, an assault rifle, has also been recovered. Now, more details are awaited in this story, but big news coming from Chhattisgarh. Maoist has been killed in an encounter in Bijapur. This shows the continued operations, and because this was part of a search operation that was being conducted by the security forces in Bijapur, Chhattisgarh, after receiving intelligence information, after intel was received, after inputs were received of presence of a Maoist in that entire area. Now, search operations began, and then an encounter ensued, and the encounter began during morning between the security forces and the Maoists, one Maoist whose body has been recovered. He was killed in that encounter. An AK-47 rifle has also been recovered. More details are awaited. We'll get you all the details. All right, so Bharat is joining us live from Bijapur. Bharat, what are the details? क्या जानकारी निकलकर सामने आ रही है इस कहानी में?
देखिए, बिल्कुल मैं आपको बता दूं, जिस इलाके पे मुठभेड़ चल रही थी उस पूरे इलाके की अगर बात की जाए तो दक्षिणी इलाका कहा जाता है। उस पूरे इलाके पे माओवादियों की सूचना पे पुलिस जो टुकड़ी होती है, संयुक्त ऑपरेशन था, संयुक्त ऑपरेशन में ज्वाइंट ऑपरेशन कहा जाता है। पुलिस के अलग अलग जो टुकड़ी है वो उस इलाके पे निकलते हैं। ऐसे में लगातार पुलिस को एक जानकारी मिलती है कि माओवादी उस इलाके पे मौजूद है, जिसकी सूचना पे पुलिस एक बड़ी टुकड़ी उस इलाके पे निकाली जाती है। सुबह 7:30 बजे की अगर बात की जाए, लगभग 7 बजे के वक्त से ही लगातार फायरिंग जो है उस पूरे इलाके पे देखने को मिली थी। इसी फायरिंग में एक माओवादी जो है पुलिस के जवानों ने ढेर किया है उसको, हालांकि उसका शव भी बरामद कर लिया गया है। कुछ देर के बाद ये शिनाख्त हो पाएगा कि कितने लाख का वो इनामी नक्सली है, किन किन घटनाओं पे वो शामिल है, किन किन घटनाओं पे शामिल है और किस किस घटनाओं पे उसकी अहम भूमिका देखी गई है और कितना बड़ा नक्सली माओवादी लीडर है वो। क्योंकि आपको पता होगा कि जिस तरीके से देश के गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने जो डेडलाइन तय कर रखा है 31 मार्च 2026, यानी कुछ महीने ही बचे हैं, फरवरी का महीना है और मार्च आने वाला है, तो ऐसे में सुरक्षा बल के जो जवान है उनकी जो कार्रवाई है उसमें पूरी तरीके से तेजी आ चुकी है। इसी वजह से लगातार जो ऑपरेशन है वो चल रहा है। बीजापुर एक नक्सलवाद का इलाका कहा जाता है और बीजापुर आंतरिक समस्याओं से भी जूझ रहा है, तो यूं कहें जिसको तोड़ने के लिए लगातार पुलिस के जवान
ये माओवाद की अंत की ओर जाता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया ये जानकारी, तमाम जानकारी हमारे साथ साझा करने के लिए। सो दिस वाज द लेटेस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन दैट वी वर गेटिंग, एंड आल्सो डोंट गो बिकॉज़ वी आर टेकिंग short commercial break. But coming up next, top Jaish commander Adil killed in an encounter in Kishtwar. Internet has been suspended in 4 areas amid ongoing anti-terror operations. We'll get you all the details on this and a lot more after a short commercial break. Coming up next, don't go anywhere.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
Hi, good morning
Hi, how
to
are
you.
you?
Good evening from India. We have announcement of a trade deal, and
Yes.
you've seen both sides. Trump says that India has promised not to buy Russian oil, but Indian Prime Minister's response makes no such commitment. But Trump says, I've reduced the tariffs to 18%. And then he says that besides everything else, Prime Minister Modi has also agreed to buy American, in addition to 300 billion in, 500 billion in some other purchases. Anyway, there's an existing agreement to buy 300 billion. So there's not much of a hard-coded commitment from the Indian side. So Trump is obviously using a lot of hyperbole, making some claims. But the good thing is there's an announcement of a deal. But there's more statements coming from Trump than from India, especially to Trump's statement that India has agreed to stop buying Russian oil. There's nothing official from the Indian side to that. How do you view these developments, Professor Sachs?
Well, basically, the United States is unstable and irresponsible, but backing down from the most outlandish actions of this government a few months ago. They made no sense. They antagonized India. They disrupted trade. And I think somebody finally explained to Trump that none of this was serving any American interests at all. And so Trump has backed down to an important extent. Everything about Trump and trade is erratic, not sensible, not accomplishing any U.S. goals, but better 18% tariffs than 50% tariffs or 500% tariffs. But I wouldn't take at face
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
This morning, Rahul Gandhi, leader of the opposition, created a ruckus and furor in the parliament. In response to the president's address, he insisted upon raising what he said were some issues of vital import to our national security. So what was he saying? He was trying to cite an article from the Caravan magazine, which in turn was quoting excerpts from General Narwane, the former army chief's unpublished memoirs. It may be recalled that the government had stopped General Narwane from publishing the book. As such, the authenticity of the excerpts cited in the Caravan magazine itself are open to question. But then let's try and take a deeper look at what is this bravura all about. So I have had a detailed look at the article in the Caravan magazine. I have no access to General Narwane's book or manuscript, but we had a look at the Caravan article in detail. So what does this article say? This article talks of the 2020 Chinese intrusions, which had culminated in the Galwan incident, in which 19 Indian soldiers had lost their lives. No weapons had been used, but the Chinese had laid an ambush with pointed stones, with baseball bats wrapped up with barbed wire and nails and studded with lethal handheld weapons. You see, 19 Indians had been killed, but in response our soldiers had given an excellent account of themselves in hand-to-hand combat, and it is said that 45, some claim up to 100 Chinese soldiers were killed, which they tried to hide by saying they had lost just 5 soldiers. The simple fact is that after this violent incident leading to 19 fatalities on the Indian side, we should have thrown the 1996 Peace and Tranquility Accord into the bloody dustbin. Dustbin. Because that accord says that you can't use your weapons. And then you have to get into unseeming boxing matches, kushti matches, karate, this thing, and then start using sticks and stones and all that primitive Stone Age weapons. But you can't open fire. Why not? Why can't you open fire? Because you are defending your territory. And if the other side has drawn blood, it is not just a matter of dhakka mukki now. Well, I think that any local commander is fully justified in giving his troops the right.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
We are live and breaking up. Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest coming in. Now we're counting down to PM Modi's address in the Rajya Sabha today and all the updates coming in from the Parliament. But the headlines first. Let's get started. PM Modi to address Rajya Sabha. Motion of thanks and unlikely to speak in Lok Sabha after opposition ruckus. Top Jaish commander Adil killed in encounter in Kistwar, internet suspended in 4 areas amid ongoing anti-terror operation. Home Minister Amit Shah on 3 days visit to Jammu and Kashmir to review border security grid. Back-to-back fatal game addiction incidents reported in Kopal and Ghaziabad. Should India consider social media ban for under 16? After SIT report proves adulteration in the TTD Laddu, Jagan Mohan Reddy says charge sheet is closed. After DGCA, now Air India blames pilot for fuel switch incident reported on a Air India 131. Getting some breaking up is coming in, viewers. Day 2 of the Kishtwar encounter. And we're getting these updates. Chopper pressed into operation as forces continue to search for Jaish commander Saifullah. So big updates coming in on Republic TV, viewers. And just getting you up to date with this encounter. We have seen multiple encounters in the past few days. At this time, it's Kishtwar in Jammu and Kashmir, where search continues for Jaish commander Saifullah. And let's go to Gursimran, because Gursimran, I'm coming across to you. If you could help our viewers understand about this particular operation that we are seeing, because in the past few days, you have seen multiple Jaish commanders and associates have been neutralized. What do we know about this particular incident and operation which is ongoing?
See, as we speak, the operation in the Chatroo area of Kistwar has now entered the second day, and the manhunt is on for the remaining terrorists. One Jaish commander, Adil, has been neutralized. He was carrying 5 lakh reward by the Kishtwar Police. He has been neutralized. While the hunt is underway for the topmost commander of Jaish-e-Mohammed in the Kistwar district, that is Saifullah, along with one other Pakistani terrorist FT that is operating in the area. We are told that now the helicopters have also been pressed into the action along with the special forces of the Indian Army. The initial contact which led to the elimination of one of the top commanders, Adil. It was by the 17 Rust Rifles of the Indian Army along with the SOG Kistwar that carried out this operation. It was a 20-minute long operation in which one of the dreadest commanders, he has been neutralized, and now the hunt is on for Saifullah and one of his associates that are active, because what we are getting to know that the safe cover of Saifullah has been blown with the elimination of Adil, because Adil was the one, whenever they get trapped, Adil used to engage the security forces and Saifullah used to get an escape route. But this time Adil has been neutralized by the security forces, and they are very hopeful that Saifullah's time in the Kistwar or in Jammu and Kashmir is not now going to be very short-lived. It is not going to be a long haul that they are going to have like they have been doing since 2022-23 in the upper reaches of Kistwar. The forces are hopeful that before onset of the summers, this entire group of Jaish-e-Mohammed will be a story of past in the Kistwar district, and also the success that are coming even in the Kathua and also in Udhampur. That has also brought the morale of the forces to a higher level, that they can go all out against these Pakistani terrorists that are operating. Because what we spoke to the officials in the Jammu and Kashmir police, they say that only 2 terrorists are active in the Kistwar, the 2 foreigner terrorists and 3 local terrorists. Total number is 5. The Udhampur has roughly a single group that is active. Kathua has no group active. Jammu, Samba, Riyasi, they do not have any presence of the group. Rajouri and the Poonch, they believe that there are 2 to 3 groups that are active. So the numbers that were coming earlier via sources, that 30 to 35, that is Jammu and Kashmir police is saying that it is not possible, and the numbers have come down drastically, and very hopeful they are that very soon all these terrorists that are roughly 10 to 12, they will be eliminated.
That's right. You know, the elimination of Jaish commanders and these operations which are continuing, Gursimran, they are very important, because our security forces and our joint forces are conducting very, very skilled tactical operation. If you could help our viewers understand a little bit more about that.
If you see the teams that are getting the success, this is not the large contingents that are being pushed into the jungles for the collateral damage, but these are the small teams. If we speak of the Kistwar operation, 17 Rust Rifle, a small team of SOG Kistwar, they got onto action. They trapped Adil and his associates. Adil was killed. It was 20-minute long operation. So not that the entire cavalcade has to be brought into the operation site. Similar was the case. Input was generated in the Ramnagar area of Udhampur. Teams were swung into the action. They cordoned the entire area, and then it was eliminated within 20 hours of the operation. Though that operation took 20 hours because it was night and the forces wanted to have a hold on the operation without any collateral damage. They want to continue. So these small teams are bringing success and also ensuring that there is no collateral damage to the security forces. And as we speak, the operations are underway in the Rajouri, Poonch also, and the forces are hopeful that they will be able to neutralize, because number 1 terror commander is Asif Fauji, that is still out of the reach of the security forces, believed to be in somewhere in Pir Panjal, but the operations are underway.
All right. Okay. Thank you for getting us all those details, Gursimran. We will be coming back to you as these operations continue. Okay, let's move ahead, viewers, to some of the other stories that we're tracking. Following the suicide of 3 minor sisters in Ghaziabad, police in Kerala investigating a potential link to the death of a 16-year-old boy in Thiruvananthapuram. Now, this is an update that we are getting for our viewers. Let's tell you exactly what is happening here. In both cases, the victims displayed a deep obsession with Korean culture. They were reportedly involved in a task-based online Korean love game. Okay, so this is a 16-year-old boy in Thiruvananthapuram. And there's multiple similar cases are coming in. Kerala they suspect a game behind this, because many of these minors, they were found playing a task-based online Korean love game. So 16-year-old found dead in Thiruvananthapuram. Kerala cops suspect a Korean game, like very similar to what we saw yesterday when we reported on the death of 3 minor sisters in Ghaziabad. So a 3-page suicide note has been recovered in Thiruvananthapuram. Let's go straight across to my colleague. I'm being joined by Shankar. Shankar, one more 16-year-old found dead in Thiruvananthapuram. Kerala cops are suspecting a connection to a Korean game. So what are the investigators finding out about this particular incident?
Yes, the 16-year-old girl went from home on last Tuesday, last Monday morning to school, and she did not come back in the evening, and the parents of the child registered a missing case with Chatroo Police last Monday itself, not yesterday, last Monday. And the probe was on, and an auto rickshaw driver spotted a school bag near a pond near Kakkad on Tuesday morning. Soon police were alerted, and during the search, the body of this 16-year-old girl, Aditya, was recovered from the pond. And during examination of her school bag and her room at her home, police recovered a 4-page suicide note in which she had stated that she was worried. She was much worried about Korean-based man with whom she was in touch, and the Korean-based man reportedly claimed to her that he was going to end life, and days later she came to know that he was no more, and she was very much distressed after coming to know that her Korean friend was no more. She committed suicide. That's what she had mentioned in the suicide note. Days later, in Ghaziabad, the death of 4 children sparked some concern among the probe team, and the probe team recovered her mobile phone and other digital devices from her and sent for a detailed forensic examination.
मौजूद में आपका चेयरमैनशिप में बैठक हुई ऑल पार्टी का, फ्लोर लीडर्स का बिजनेस एडवाइजरी बैठक, और हमने जैसे कांग्रेस पार्टी ने रिक्वेस्ट किया हमने माना है। कल अचानक खड़गे जी का भाषण जैसे तय किया गया था उसको हट करके उन्होंने कल भाषण दिया, फिर भी हम आपत्ति नहीं करते हैं। लीडर ऑफ हाउस ने भी अपना बात रखा, बहुत अच्छा बहस हुए। आज चर्चा का 4था दिन है, 4th day of the discussion on the motion of thanks to the Honorable President's address to a joint session of the Parliament. We all are expecting that all the honorable members will follow the traditions and the rules. This house belongs to all the honorable members. All the members are waiting to listen the speech of Honorable Prime Minister today. यहाँ कांग्रेस पार्टी अगर प्रधानमंत्री का बात नहीं सुनना चाहता है, हम उसका निजी, उसका चॉइस क्या है मैं उसको थोपना नहीं चाहता हूं, लेकिन बाकी मेंबर्स सब प्राइम मिनिस्टर का भाषण सुनना चाहते हैं, वो कैसे रोक सकते हैं? दूसरा, लोकसभा का जो प्रोसीडिंग्स है उसका हवाला यहां दिया, लीडर ऑफ द हाउस नड्डा जी ने भी कह दिया, दूसरा सदन का जो प्रोसीडिंग है उसको यहां जिक्र नहीं करना चाहिए। ये अपर हाउस है, काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट है, यहाँ अपना रूल्स है, राज्यसभा का अपना रूल्स ऑफ बिजनेस कंडक्ट करने का तरीका बनाया हुआ है, लेकिन आपका लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन इन लोकसभा नियम नहीं मानते हैं, रूल्स पे नहीं चलते हैं, वहां का स्पीकर रूलिंग पे नहीं मानते हैं, तो मैं उम्र में बड़ा है, आप ज्यादा सीनियर है, आप ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है, आपका लीडर ऑफ द हाउस राहुल गांधी को भटकने से आप क्यों नहीं समझाते हैं? वहां वो रूल नहीं मानते हैं, वो अपने हिसाब से मर्जी से चलाना चाहते हैं। आप लोग समझाना चाहिए उसको समझाने की जगह आप खुद भटक रहे हैं, ये ठीक नहीं है। ये अपर हाउस है, अपर हाउस का एक सम्मान है, यहाँ हाउस ऑफ लीडर्स का रूप से भी माना जाता है। आपका लीडर ऑफ दी बिल्कुल नियम जैसे तय किया गया बिजनेस पे हमको चलना चाहिए और बीच में उठ करके अलग से यहाँ पे माहौल खड़ा करने का कोशिश मत कीजिए। आज और बाकी लोग, कई लोग बोलना भी है, आज राष्ट्रपति अभिभाषण को बोलना बाकी है, उनका भी सुनना चाहिए।
You go to your seat first. No, you first go to your seat. I know LOP. You all go to your seat first. You all sit in your seat. Sir, I will give you, sir, 1 minute I will give you. Honorable Leader of the House, you want to tell something? Let him speak. Okay, now. Yes.
सर देखिए, हम समझते हैं कि तुमसे भी ज्यादा समझते हैं।
Let him say something, then Leader of the House is here to respond. Why you are worried about?
सर, हम हाउस को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करना चाहते, लेकिन नहीं।
You tell the truth, na?
No,
you are telling
I am
something
telling
against
the truth. Sir,
no.
चार
You tell the truth. You disturb. When Jairam Rameshji asked,
सुनिए,
a chance, immediately I asked you to speak. All your people are coming and shouting. This is the democracy.
अरे चार दिन से वो हाउस भी नहीं चल रहा, क्यों? कि एलओपी को बोलने नहीं दे रहे। लेकिन हमारा कहना यह है कि दोनों हाउस मिलने के बाद ही पार्लियामेंट बनता है, एक हाउस से पार्लियामेंट नहीं बनता। ये दोनों स्तंभ है, ये दोनों स्तंभ है, और दो जब स्तंभ होते हैं, एक को पैरालाइज करके आप अपने आप को छुपाने के लिए, अपने गलतियां छुपाने के लिए आप जो कर रहे हैं, किए हैं, इस देश को जो धोखा दे रहे हैं, देश की जो अपमान कर रहे हैं, उसके बारे में जब राहुल जी बोलते हैं तो आप लोगों को खुजली उठती है।
नहीं। No, what has happened in Lok Sabha should not be discussed here.
इसीलिए
you want to tell something,
हम ये चाहते हैं कि बोलना दीजिए। और
you are very elderly
सिखाने वाले बोलो, आप नेहरू जी के ऊपर इंदिरा जी के बारे में बोलते हो, आप रूल की बात करते हो, आप सब प्रोसीडिंग की बात करते हो। अरे वो प्रोसीडिंग वहां पर गलत हो रहा है।
You are a very elderly person, you know everything.
Sir,
and you know that Lok Sabha proceedings cannot be discussed in Rajya Sabha.
But
that you know very well.
We don't want to.
And you are again and again.
We don't want to see that
it's not
Parliament
correct.
should be.
Then I have to say
Lok
that
Sabha
nothing
should
will
be
go on
closed,
record.
and only Rajya Sabha will run.
Please be democratic.
All those.
Even yesterday, you were talking.
Come from
the members of the opposition. They are telling Lok Sabha is different, Rajya Sabha is living. We should be allowed to. Why the minister has not made his statement in the Rajya Sabha? This was your question yesterday.
जो होता है वो राज्यसभा में आता है। हर कानून, हर बिल वहां से पास होने के बाद ही आता है। तो इसीलिए
now, okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. You can speak.
वहां पर
I will now ask the
राहुल जी को बात करने के लिए आप नहीं दे रहे।
Let him speak, then you can speak.
गलत
Yes.
है।
Let him speak and you can speak.
और
Please.
देश के लिए भी ये अच्छा नहीं।
Please take your seat.
मैं कहूँगा
Now I have called the Honorable Leader of the House.
You people,
आदरणीय सभापति जी, please.
आदरणीय सभापति जी,
You also must listen to him. Then I will give you time.
मैं खरगे जी के माध्यम से कांग्रेस पार्टी और देश को भी यह स्पष्ट संदेश देना चाहता हूं कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में चलने वाली सरकार हर समय हर तरीके से चर्चा करने के लिए और डिस्कशन करने के लिए तैयार है। लोकसभा में जो बातें हुई हैं उसका जवाब लोकसभा में हमारे सदन के नेता और संसदीय दल के नेता और देश के नेता प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी वहां पर जवाब देने के लिए तैयार बैठे रहे। लोकसभा को आपने चलने नहीं दिया। हम जहां तक राज्यसभा का सवाल है, माननीय सभापति जी, जहां तक राज्यसभा का सवाल है, आपने कहा इंडो यूएस ट्रेड डील पर स्टेटमेंट दो। तुरंत पीयूष गोयल जी ने स्टेटमेंट दी। स्टेटमेंट में आपकी रूलिंग थी कि इस पर कोई सवाल जवाब नहीं होगा। दिस इज अ स्टेटमेंट एंड इट इज अ सो मोटो स्टेटमेंट, इट वाज गिवन।
क्या सवाल?
फिर भी आपने पूछा तो हमने बताया कि ट्रेड डील्स के कॉन्टूर्स वो तैयार हो रहे हैं और वो आने वाले दिनों में आपको बता दिया जाएगा। आपने चर्चा 4 दिन राष्ट्रपति अभिभाषण पर की। माननीय लीडर ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन ने अपने समय को से 20 मिनट अधिक बोला और हम लोगों ने कहा आप और बोलिए, जितना बोलना चाहते हैं आप बोलिए। यहां एक अच्छे माहौल में और डेमोक्रेसी खतरे में है और ये इस तरह की बातचीत करना यह बिल्कुल गलत है और इसका मैं खंडन करता हूं, पुरजोर खंडन करता हूं। हम हर तरीके से चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं और मैं विपक्ष के नेता के माध्यम से ये कहना चाहूंगा कि जब हमारे हाउस में सारी बातें करने के लिए हम तैयार हैं एंड वी आर रेडी टू गो ऑन एवरी माइन्यूट डिटेल्स, लेट द डिस्कशन टेक प्लेस। आप हमसे बहुत सीनियर हैं और आप सब में बहुत से लोग हमसे सीनियर हैं, लेकिन एक बात मैं जरूर निवेदन करूंगा, अपनी पार्टी को अबोध बालक का बंधक मत बनाइए, बंधक मत बनाइए। आप डोंट मेक हॉस्टेज ऑफ द पार्टी। आप देखिए इतने
आप बैठिए,
आप इतने समझदार हैं।
आप बैठिए। I am asking
आप इतने समझदार हैं।
decision to speak. Why you everybody is rising? Please wait. Let him complete.
आप
Then I
इतने
will come back.
समझदार हैं, आप इतने होशियार हैं और आप इतने तजुर्बेकार हैं कि आपको, ठीक कहा किरण रिजिजू जी ने, कि आपको पार्टी के अंदर भी इस बात को समझाना चाहिए कि डेमोक्रेटिक तरीके से डेमोक्रेसी में ही हमको काम करना है। यहां पर अभिमान, अहंकार और अबोध होकर के, अबोध और अहंकार ये दोनों बड़ा डेडली मिक्सचर होता है, तो इससे बच करके रहें और पार्टी को बंधक न बनने दें, इतना मेरा निवेदन है। आप पार्टी को स्वतंत्र रूप से चलाइए और अबोध बालक का बंधक न होने दीजिए, इसकी चिंता कीजिए।
Now you want to speak? Yes, please.
Leader
of the opposition, please.
एक तो मैं उनका हमेशा रेस्पेक्ट करता हूं, लेकिन उन्होंने कि एक अभी जो अडल्ट नहीं हुआ, नाबालिग ऐसा क्या कुछ आपने हिंदी में, हाँ? अरे चुप बैठो, क्या पुकार। तो ऐसी बातें बोलना ये खंडनीय है। और दूसरी चीज, अरे हमारे पार्टी में क्या करना चाहिए।
You have to condemn the slogans of the other side also, sir.
Sir,
when you are speaking, all your people are coming towards you. This is the correct.
No,
when
that's
you,
why, sir.
If I deny the chance for you to speak, then everybody is rising. I can understand.
No.
When I called you to speak, all the people are coming in.
No, they are not coming. They are very silent. I like them.
You like them, but you like them at their seat, not nearing to you.
Sir, I like them.
Yeah, I too like them. But
I
let
like
them
them.
be seated in their
But I
seat.
dislike them. So
You dislike them, what I can do? I am not asking you to like them.
But
If you
sir,
dislike them, they will also dislike you.
sir, I agree. लेकिन मुझे आप जो पाठ पढ़ा रहे हैं कि लोकसभा में जो होता है यहाँ पर उठाना उचित नहीं है, मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ, अगर पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी में 4-4 दिन पार्लियामेंट अगर अपोजिशन लीडर को बोलने के लिए नहीं देता है और वहां पर जो मुद्दे उठाए जाते हैं जहां पर वो उसकी चर्चा होती है, आप इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं हैं। लोकसभा राज्यसभा ये मिल के सरकार बनाती है, ये मिल के रहते हैं। लेकिन वी आर हाउस ऑफ एल्डर सर, एंड हाउस ऑफ एल्डर के आप चेयरमैन हो। आई एम वेरी प्राउड कि यू आर चेयरमैन ऑफ द एल्डर्स एंड जो मैं उनको ये कहना चाहता हूं, बार बार मत टोको कि तुम्हारी पार्टी ये है वो है। अरे आपकी पार्टी तो ऐसी है किसको बोलने का ही नहीं। आपको तो मोदी जी ने बंधक कर दिया है और हम मुझे बोल रहे हैं आप कोई उनके राय के बिना बात नहीं कर सकते। आप कोई जो बोलना है बंधक मीन्स बाउंडेड लेबर सर, बाउंडेड लेबर वो उधर बने तो ये लोग तो कभी
No. This bonded labor will not go on record. This is not correct. You cannot call the honorable members as bonded labor.
No.
That I will not agree. I will not. Please,
Sir,
I will not agree.
There is an act. So Bonded Labor Act.
Yeah, that
so
is there.
In BJP.
That is there. But you cannot call the honorable members as bonded laborers. That is not correct.
Not, sir. I am not calling.
Please.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Please.
हमारे को एक तो आप ये लोग जो अपोजिशन पार्टी के नेता को बोलने नहीं दे रहे हैं और दूसरी चीज हम
1 minute, I will call Honorable Minister of Parliamentary.
I will complete, sir.
Okay, you complete. 1 minute.
I will complete. अरे रिजू जी आप बैठिए, हम कंप्लीट कर दे भाई, उसके बाद आप बोलिए। आपको तो टाइम बहुत मिलता है। सर मेरा कहना इतना ही है कि यू कांट क्रिटिसाइज अस। आवर पार्टी में क्या चला, हमारे पार्टी क्या आपके जैसा ये अपना लिंचिंग करती है, क्या आपके जैसा किसी को गालियां देती है, आपके जैसा कोई रेप करता है तो उसको समर्थन करता है, आपके जैसा अत्याचार करता है।
Anything unparliamentary will not go on records, please.
No unparliamentary.
Will not go on record.
No
Anything wrong against the norms, rules will not go on record.
Sir,
I am not saying anything. I am just saying if anything is wrong against the rules, norms of the parliament, then it will not be there. It will not go there. Please take your seat.
Sir,
you complete. I can ask the reply from.
My only question is that
you are disturbing the matters raised with permission. You are disturbing the individual matters rights.
I am not disturbing, sir. I am just pleading before you that how these people are crushing the democracy and how these people are not allowing the opposition leader. If that is the fate, elected members, what about the nominated members? Persons who got indirectly elected and nominated. So, इनकी हालत क्या होगी? तो चाइना के बारे में बोलना, you don't agree.
Let me make my. I will quote the earlier proceedings. I will quote the earlier proceedings. 1 minute. You please take your seat. Debates in Lok Sabha, members should not make any critical reference about the debates in Lok Sabha. The Prime Minister, Sriman Jawaharlal Nehru ji, has suggested that it should not be made a practice in the council to refer to the debates in Lok Sabha, and that even though it might be justified technically, it was a bad practice. Lok Sabha discussing the council and the council discussing the Lok Sabha, leading to trouble between the two houses. I would ask you not to refer to the house. The reference that you have made to the other house will be expunged from the proceedings. This is the ruling of the chairman of that time.
Yes. No. Sir, I agree.
Why you are getting, Jairamji, why you are getting so agitated? You are getting so much of time than the treasury benches. I am giving you a lot of time, but even then you are getting agitated. I don't understand. If you want to put anything in your speech, you put. You ask your leader of the opposition to sit and you can speak.
Sir,
But you don't want. Now, then letting him speak. Why you are interfering?
सर देखिए, हम आपको टारगेट करके नहीं बोल रहे हैं, हमारे टारगेट उधर है और ये लोग लोकतंत्र को कुचलने का काम कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हम बात कर रहे हैं.
So, save democracy, opposition should put their opinion, their thoughts, everything in the house. At the same time, treasury benches is also having their own right to defy your thinking. They have a right to answer to your questions. They have right to answer to your opinions. They have every right to express their own opinions also.
Nehru ji, most democratic man. Not these people. These people are only criticizing Nehru ji. Indira Gandhi, they are misusing their power. They are misusing their authority.
In this house that has not happened. Even the president's address, Nehru ji has been praised. You might have noticed it. Now I ask.
No.
Now I ask Honorable Minister.
We don't want to listen of
Parliamentary affairs. Yes.
आपको लीडर ऑफ द अपोजिशन को इज्जत देकर के चेयरमैन एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी आपको बुलाने दिया है. मैंने पहले भी कहा, ये सदन आपको और हमारा मर्जी से नहीं चलेगा, नियम से चलेगा. और ये वही तो बोल रहा हूं. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. ही हैज टेकन द टाइम अगेन एंड अगेन. दिस हाउस बिलोंग्स टू एवरीवन. यू कांट टेक ऑल द स्पेस ऑल द टाइम. सर, नंबर वन, खड़गे जी ने मिसलीड किया इस सदन में. खुद बोलते हैं कि लीडर ऑफ द एल्डर्स माना जाता है. यू मिसलेड द हाउस. आपने बोला कि वहां लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन लोकसभा को बोलने नहीं दिया. ये आपने मिसलीड किया. उसको 40 मिनट तक, 40 मिनट तक उसको स्पीकर ने टाइम दिया. वो रूल से बाहर बार बोल रहे हैं. स्पीकर का रूलिंग के बाद भी नहीं मानते हुए वो फिर रूल ब्रेक कर रहे हैं. और आप यहाँ मिसलीड करते हैं कि राहुल गांधी को बोलने नहीं दिया. आप ये मिसलीड. नंबर वन,
मिनिस्टर सर, प्लीज वाइंड अप. Please wind up.
Number two, leader of opposition said that if Lok Sabha doesn't function, how can Rajya Sabha function? He also said that both the houses run together, which is absolutely wrong. If leader of opposition can show me one rule, that if Lok Sabha gets adjourned, Rajya Sabha should be automatically adjourned. Show me the rule. These two houses may constitute together for the concept of parliament, but the functioning of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are different. They are guided by different rules, and there's no precedent that if one house gets adjourned, the other house should also get adjourned. There's no such tradition, no such rule. Out of blue, suddenly today, why Congress party has taken up this issue of what is going on in Lok Sabha? We have allowed you to speak. After speaking all your time, you want to disturb Honorable Prime Minister. What tactics is this? We condemn these tactics of leader of opposition.
Now, Honorable Finance Minister, please.
Sir.
Hey, I am coming. I will give you everybody time. Can I give time to everyone together? Then please take your seat.
Sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity, sir. I respect the leader of the opposition, but I heard him say something that you people lynch. I'm sorry. I want that word removed. Honorable opposition leader is not right in commenting like this. One. And second, if he is talking on lynching, let me remind him that in Rajasthan, when Congress party was in ruling, based on some comment which one of our BJP lady spokesperson said, there was a lynching of a tailor and no action was taken. Nupur Sharma's comments on the TV, you lynched in your government. Lynching happened in Rajasthan. Even more, sir, one more. In Kerala, during Congress rule, the hands of a teacher, Father Joseph, was chopped off. What action did Congress party take in Canada? Father Joseph, both the hands were chopped off. And that is Congress government. In Rajasthan, based on a comment made by Rupert Sharma, our spokesperson on the television, their government didn't do a damn when somebody went and chopped off, lynched the tailor. Is he talking about lynching? Is leader of the opposition talking about lynching? We should be correct. Please wind up. And Kerala first.
Please wind up. Please wind up. Now. I'll take your seat. I am calling you. Please. I have to come one by one only. Already you have taken the 30 minutes of the individual members. There is no matters raised with permission is taking place. You please take. You please take your seat. You please take your seat. Let Bitaji. Unless you are taking your seat, I am not going to ask anybody to speak. What is this? 10 people can speak together. You please. I have already given you sufficient time for our honorable leader of opposition. Now, Tiruchi Shivaji.
Sir, just two things, sir. One is Rule 238(3).
1 minute.
First issue, sir, I have a second one. First is use offensive expression about the conduct or proceedings of the houses or any state legislature. Sir, the leader of opposition, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, has not mentioned any defaming of the other house, sir. Number one. Number two, your predecessor, earlier when there was an issue was discussed which was under sub judice. We quoted Rule 238. He said, anything under the sky can be discussed on the floor of the Council of States. That ruling still stays, sir. Unless it is overruled, that rule still says, so we can discuss anything, sir. Thank you.
No, what he said, I have given my ruling already. What Jawaharlal Nehru ji has said, that has been quoted by me. And again, you are raising the same point. You please, 1 minute, I am coming to you. Please, yes.
The house shouldn't be responses between that side and this side. We are also part of this house, sir.
Yes.
So please look at us also sometime.
No, you are getting now.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
I cannot allow everybody to talk.
Thank you very much.
For that I am sitting
sir,
here.
Thank you very much for your graciousness, your benevolence, sir. Sir, as Kharge said, Parliament comprises of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and Honorable President. That's very important. These three institutions are part of this Parliament. Sir,
but every house has its own duty to do, na? Is it not?
Sir, let me just
Please,
say, sir.
Continue.
Though the President was kept away when it was inaugurated and when it was foundation law. Anyway, my point is simple, sir. Sir, for a parliamentary democracy, institution of the opposition leader is very important. Just as we respect the institution of Prime Minister, please do respect the institution of the opposition leader.
So,
my submission to you only, sir. Sir, you don't need to give a ruling. You just request them to allow the LOP of Lok Sabha to speak there and now.
No, one minute. Yeah. First, you have to ask them to sit in their seat when LOP is speaking. You do that. When a leader of the opposition is speaking, all his members were around him. What is this?
Yeah.
You are not. You have to see that side also. I am asking them to sit. They are sitting. When I am asking your people to go to their seat, they are not going. What I have to do? You tell me. See, each house is independent in its functioning. That is the ruling, that is the thing that has been followed for many decades, that will be followed. Now I call Sriman Baburam Nisad ji. 1 minute, please.
तो हम सिर्फ ये कहना चाहते हैं कि हमारी तरफ से पूरा सम्मान किया जाता है
सर, नेता सदन ने यदि अबोध शब्द का प्रयोग किया है तो बोध का अर्थ होता है ज्ञान। इसमें अप्रत्यय लगाकर जो ज्ञान ना हो उसके लिए अबोध होता है। कोई सम्मान नहीं, किसी का असम्मान नहीं है। सर, ज्ञान की कोई सीमा नहीं होती है, अज्ञान की कोई उम्र नहीं होती। और अबोध होने का प्रमाण यह, जिसे यह ना पता हो कि फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस के ऊपर सब्सटेंशियल एविडेंस मीडिया रिपोर्ट नहीं होती है, वो अबोध है। सर, जिसे यह ना पता हो कि सेना अध्यक्ष और प्रधानमंत्री, रक्षा मंत्री के बीच का कम्युनिकेशन ऑफिशियल सीक्रेट एक्ट में आता है, वो पब्लिक डोमेन में नहीं हो सकता, वो अबोध है। और सर, मैं ये भी कहना चाहता हूं, यदि किताब की बात है, सर मैं कोट करता हूं और इसको सब्सटेंशिएट कर सकता हूं। 19 नवंबर 1962 जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति जॉन एफ कैनेडी को लिखा कि हमें V2 बॉम्बर चाहिए, हमें स्क्वाड्रन चाहिए जिसका नेतृत्व तो आप करें। और सुनिए, उस समय अमेरिका में भारत के राजदूत बीके नेहरू, जो नेहरू जी के भतीजे थे, उन्होंने अपनी किताब गुड गाइज सेकंड में, सर उन्होंने लिखा कि जब मैं वो पत्र देने जा रहा था प्रेसिडेंट के एडवाइजर को, तो मुझे इतनी शर्म महसूस हो रही थी जब अपनी एयरफोर्स की कमांड उनको दे रही, मैं रोया था। बीके नेहरू की किताब गुड गाइज फिनिश सेकंड। तो सर, ज्ञान और अज्ञान दोनों को समझ में रखकर तब देश के बारे में विचार करना चाहिए।
Now everybody take their seat, please. Everybody take their seat, please, please, please. Let us do our regular. So you want to say something? Then you ask your people to go to the. Why every time they are coming to behind you? So we are here to protect you. Are they going to protect you?
And they agree immediately. You see how disciplined people are.
How disciplined? Every time they are coming to the front is not disciplined.
Sir,
don't create new discipline. Let them be in their seat.
सर, मेरा एक ही निवेदन आपसे है कि ये बार बार नेहरू जी को गालियां देना, इंदिरा जी को गालियां देना, अपोजिशन लीडर के लिए आपने जो शब्द उपयोग करे वो खंडनीय है। और वो ये चाहते हैं कि भाई ये नरवणे की किताब है, इसमें क्या है मुझे मालूम नहीं, मैं पढ़ के बताता हूं।
Don't take this again. No. I'm not going to allow. This is not authenticated. This is not authenticated. This is not approved by the defense ministry.
अमेरिका को बेचने वाले, देश को दिल्ली रखने वाले प्रोटेस्ट करते हैं।
Now, mic should be given to the honorable leader of the House.
सभापति जी, आपने देख लिया प्रत्यक्ष को प्रमाण की क्या आवश्यकता है। प्रत्यक्ष को प्रमाण की क्या आवश्यकता है। प्रजातंत्र के बारे में बोलने वाले लोग किस तरीके से प्रजातंत्र का मजाक करते हैं और गला घोटते हैं, वो हमको सामने दिख रहा है, ये प्रत्यक्ष रूप में दिख रहा है। आपने सभापति जी लीडर ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन को एक बार नहीं 3 बार मौका दिया पूरी, और उन्होंने अपनी पूरी बात कही है, पूरी की पूरी बात कही है, लेकिन उनका एजेंडा कुछ और है। और उनका एजेंडा यह है कि जो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में देश तीव्र गति से आगे बढ़ रहा है, उसमें कैसे विघ्न डाला जाए, कैसे बाधा डाली जाए, यह कांग्रेस पार्टी का एजेंडा हो गया है। और उनको जिस तरीके से भारत की जनता का आशीर्वाद प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी को